Warning. The following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Alrighty. We are kind of here.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah. My camera, for some reason, on the screen, I look like a giant right now. It's not flickering, but my forehead is really big. So, technical difficulties, as usual, when we go live. And that's not why we're pissed off, folks. Now, at this point, I could care less about that. I'll even try this.
I'm looking at the feed. It looks normal. It looks normal.
You know what? I'll look at YouTube if that's what you're looking at. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. It looks normal.
Okay. 3 are watching about that. Okay. I'll even try this. Oh God, that was too much in my ear. All right. Well, I'll just have to look at my big. You know what? I don't like to look at myself, anyways. Folks, if you've read the title by now, I'm pretty sure you know what this is all about. Yeah, I think we as a whole, as society, we're pretty much pissed off. And tonight, Chris and I are definitely pissed off. Yeah, Chris and I, we're going live heavily on what's going on. And ironically, it has to be on the 24th anniversary of 9/11.
That's another. Yeah, that's another one right there. Mm-hmm. Not good.
We're angry, we're sad, we're asking what's happening. You know, what the hell's going on here? Yesterday, I'll get right to it, Chris, and let's just go ahead. The violent assassination that went on to Charlie Kirk. We'll start from there.
Yeah, I would like to it's kind of the reason we're going on live. We were talking about doing an episode, and Scott threw out the idea of it being alive, which makes most sense because what would Charlie have recommended himself? What does he approve for getting through tough situations? Discussions, conversations, and debates, right? Mm-hmm. That's something that I believed in since I was young. Growing up in the kind of multicultural environment that I was growing up in Huber Heights, my contention was always that, there was a lot of black and white things going on. Black and white, always bumping heads, But the important part of it is to have the conversation, put stuff out in the air, put it out in the open, because like Charlie always says, when you stop talking is when the evil thoughts start coming out. It's when you stop talking in a marriage, that's when divorces happen. When you stop talking as a country, that's when civil war happens. So I think we're doing the right thing. I think this is something that Charlie would approve of. Let's take it to a live. Hopefully we can get people. Maybe, people will comment. Maybe some people would like to come on here and talk. People need to talk through stuff. People need to understand. So I think it's good. Maybe we just, in our little ecosystem, maybe we can try to do him a little justice here.
Yeah, absolutely. Just want to make sure that this is actually this. Folks, I do apologize as I'm trying to check everything out here real quick. This may have been from our last. Yeah, I think this is from our last week. For some reason, it was joining it together.
Yeah, the Whorehound. Yeah, it's here though. We are right on it.
I figured something out. If you could actually watch us live, it is actually live right now, public on Facebook. So if you prefer to watch us on Facebook, we're there right now, as well as YouTube. And believe it or not, I purposely set this up just in time because of all of the, and this is what I've told myself, to be very calm and patient with my words, because I don't want anybody who's watching right now to think that I'm angry at, let's say, Chris, for an example, because I may show some real passion about what we're talking about here, or if anybody who cares to join us, because I want to keep this in the middle. That's what I was taught when I was a kid, to try to keep in the middle.
And that is exactly what Charlie would say. He would come in there. He would say, let's not boo the left. Let's not heckle the left. Let them have their time. We're going to give them the grace that they didn't give us. That was always his speech whenever he would come in.
And I mean, that's what when I discovered Charlie Kirk, and Chris and I, we've always said transparency a lot. And I know this isn't our usual shtick here on this podcast. I mean, we've even decided to divide it in 3 different channels. And because what's going on, we can't ignore it. We live here too. And it really upsets the hell out of us. And I'm getting a major echo right now. I do apologize.
All right. What happened was an attack on the core values and beliefs of America, essentially. You can't turn this into a left and right thing.
No, you can't.
This country was founded on freedom of speech and, trying to escape from oppression and tyranny. That is where it was. You had an unarmed man that was trying to talk to the future leaders of the world, future leaders of America, future leaders of whatever you want to say. He was trying to talk to them to essentially open their minds, as maybe, don't be so narrow-minded. There might be an opinion that you might sort of agree with, and be more broad with your thinking. Think broadly, think worldly. No, don't think, just in terms of one nation or this, that, and the other. And that was so important to him. And what you had was a man, an unarmed man, going there, trying to do this, I will call it noble work. I mean, he wasn't, a lot of people want to say a lot of things that he did, that they didn't agree with his political agendas and beliefs. That doesn't matter. America was founded to give everyone a voice. He's allowed to make his voice heard, just like anybody else. That's what we're missing in America. We don't hear each other out anymore. We just think people should be silenced. And now that he's silenced, you got 2 children and 1 wife without a father, without a husband. That those kids have to grow up. And that's what really bothers me, because those kids have to grow up. And right now what we're doing is there's people like celebrating and doing, dances and all this stuff that's making me very upset. But what's wrong about that is those kids are going to grow up in 20 years and they're going to research their dad and they're going to see people celebrating his death. What do you think? Have a little fucking respect for those kids. I mean, that really gets on my nerves, because a lot of the things that Charlie said kind of line up with my beliefs and my morals. So I put myself in his shoes. If my 2 girls saw that, that would destroy me. Nobody has empathy with this right now. And it's fucking wild to me. It drives me nuts.
Well, Chris, what you're talking about, nobody has empathy. I don't know if I did finish. I mean, I set it up purposely tonight for the very first time. We're actually live right now on X as well. I have it actually set up as a what the fuck you drinking productions, because when Chris and I get back into what we enjoy in life, the positive things in life, horror, music. Notice I emphasize music because it seems like that's the one thing that really brings people together. Oh, wow. Gee, people coming together on 9/11/2025. That's a shocker right there. But X, where I have been seeing so many disgusting demonic posts, and that's coming from me right now. I'm going to share what I'm feeling on that. It disgusts me when I see these people out there parading and celebrating what happened yesterday, an assassination. Kids, and I'm going to say kids right now, because it's a lot of them are in their early 20s, hosting, celebrating, yes, sharing their voice.
Man.
You want to know what the 60s are like? Well, guess what? You're living it right now. And if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, then you know what? I know what you do. You get on TikTok and you spread the word about the 60s. And I guarantee you, Chris, they won't even figure out what the hell I'm talking about. Because
there's been a lot of correlations. A lot of people are I mean the it lines up too perfectly. I mean, I know exactly what you're talking about.
maybe there's hope then, and then maybe in 2030 we'll actually relive the 70s again. In other words, some damn good music will come back. But don't bump. Shh. Sorry, I had to bring that into it. I'm trying my best right now to tell myself first, don't get yourself all upset like you've been on and off all week for other matters that to me that's related to what happened yesterday. But I also do want to reflect what happened 24 years ago. Every time that I do remember what happened 24 years ago, it still pisses me off. It still makes me terribly sad. And that's the last fucking time that we were actually united in this country. And now we hate each other. And if you think I'm bullshitting you, then wake up, America.
No.
If you want to prove me wrong,
Every fucking act is pretty much based on hate or fear. It's one or the other. I mean, everything today. It's fucking insane. We're not even throwing the most recent. I mean, the stabbings and shit. The girl on the train. We're not even throwing that in there yet.
and my heart's been thinking about it heavily too.
I don't want to fucking be a. I just want to. I want to do him justice because he would say the same thing. Sit down, have a talk through it, because mentally, since 3 p.m. yesterday when I found out and was watching all this live, watching him get shot, watching them dissect the video and throw it up on social media like it's fucking, entertainment. As I've been watching that my entire time, I've went into like a deep kind of part back in the back of my brain where I've just, it's not been good.
No,
I think talking about it, maybe that'll help me, but yeah, we are doing this selfishly, or at least I am, because I do need to talk about it. I mean, this kind of messed me up a little bit. It's pissed me off really bad.
excuse me. I really didn't want to cough in this. No, Chris, I believe, and I think anybody right now, even if it's just one person watching, you got to talk about it. That's the whole meaning of this right now, and on tops of other meanings besides what the fuck you drinking. Sorry, folks. That is really what we should be asking. But what the fuck are you drinking? Drink some water, drink some tea, drink some beer, drink some whiskey.
It's the first beer I've had all week. That's how kind of mentally fucked up I've been.
That's a good thing. I'm serious. Because as well as I do, one of the major problems in this country is, well, I'm having a bad day. I'll go have a 12-pack. Oh, I'm having a good day. I'll have a 16-pack. Oh, my doggy doesn't like me anymore. I'll go drink his beer. It's the same way with drugs. It's the same thing with everything else. So, Chris, I'm proud to hear that this was your first beer of the week, because you could have definitely, after what happened yesterday, how distraught it's been for you and a lot of people out there, you could have said, to hell with it. I'm going to ignore everybody else because I'm going to waddle in this shit, and that's just going to make it worse. And as well as I do, Charlie would not want that to happen.
No, he would not. It's a real fucking shame.
I want to make sure real quick, man. One thing is saying, I just messed things up really good. Where is there? Am I gonna hit the right button? Probably.
Oh, quiz.
This what is this? No, that's here.
I should just talk like this.
Please
there we go.
Say quiz into that.
Quiz. Hey, quiz. You know what? No, I just started thinking of somebody who I know who has a speech impediment, and I don't want to go there because that's not fair to that person who I know, even though I haven't seen him in a couple years. But he really just talk like this. It's from Buffalo. That's not. I don't want to do that. It's just not cool. Well, I forgot I want to just try to retract to where we're at once again. Yes, we're live. Meet us in the man cave. Like I stated, this is not our typical thing, but it's the world we live in. It's the world you live in. Everybody's either really upset, really sad, or confused, or they're afraid. If I was a child right now, I'd be absolutely petrified, especially what Chris just talked about.
My youngest,
yes,
Elysian, after she's seen that, I mean, it's everywhere. It's all over YouTube. These kids can't go anywhere without being bombarded by fucking knowledge. It's fucking thrown at them fucking nonstop. So, yes, of course she saw that. And then she saw that girl being stabbed.
Mm-hmm.
Of course she's seeing it all over fucking YouTube. Fast forward to last night, she sees him get assassinated, just shot in the neck. She sees him get shot. And she is scared to go to school tomorrow. Or, well, she was scared yesterday. Obviously, tomorrow is today now. But she was scared all night to go to school. She's 14 years old. I can't recall being 14 years old and being afraid to go to school. I mean, I went to a horrible school, but I was never, like, afraid like that. You know, we had kids that would, threaten to, fight you after school or something like that. You get in a fist fight. Of course, you're a male, you're going to have that. But I can't recall really being afraid for my life, like somebody was going to bring a gun to school. The world we fucking live in right now is just, I don't know anymore.
Just like you, I didn't fear it back then. Ironically, there's, I'm this is what I'm guilty at, folks. So I do apologize. When I get in a conversation with Chris, my mind starts wandering in another direction from what he's talking about, and then I start forgetting about what I was going to mention. Yeah. But like you, I went to school at it. Now I don't even recognize it. Because it's it's a situation where they tore it down and put a new thing up or whatever. I go by, I'm like, that's not my old school. But we didn't have. I was fortunate enough to where I didn't worry about what happens today. And as a parent, I know Chris and I know I can say Natalie, they still have to fear the reality that we live in today. And I'm going to be an asshole. My son's mother and I. We're thankful that he graduated, what's really scary, over 10 years ago. And we're like, we don't have to worry about that anymore. And I know that's on one hand, yay for us. But at the same time, we still worry about, just like she has nephews and nieces. And, the last thing I want to hear about is, you know what, I'm going to shut up. It's bad enough. I still have to fear it, even though my kid's not going to school anymore. Oh, but I'm sorry, real quick. I want to do something on a positive note. Because I was asked an important question here, Chris. What the fuck have I been drinking? The damn can't. It's another War Pigs. It's not Blinding Light. It's actually You
gotta play that bean footage though. I'm gonna go get a beer.
Yeah. I'll do that real quick.
My mind is so fucked.
Mine is too.
I'm not even thinking about my next beer, and I'm not. I don't even want to drink whiskey right now. So I'll go get a beer.
Well, I am drinking Jameson Orange, I think, or triples. I don't. Yeah, that ought to tell you something right there. And I can't even work my own mouse at this point. I'll wait till Chris gets back before I play the role there. I do want to bring up. Why the hell is there an echo? It's driving me nuts. Sorry, folks. And I even have echo cancellation on. Let's see if that'll help. That probably won't. See if that helps. Let's see, Chris, I'll go ahead and hit that magic button. I know I was about to ask a question, and I already forget what that.
What the fuck you drinking?
Maybe that's what I'll echo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe that. Okay. Folks, I'll go. No, still got an echo. To hell with it. Well, Chris is pouring that real quick. I want to ask all of you out there who's here watching, or maybe later, do you remember where you were at 24 years ago? And I'll catch up with the comments here real quick. While Chris is pouring that, and he can tell us what the fuck he's drinking.
I got a little bit of foggy geezer. I wish I was fucking a foggy geezer and I wouldn't remember the last 2 days.
I'm on the
That'd be nice.
The Lazarus. I can't tell that my damn screen. This is what I see, folks, right now on Riverside. My forehead is like 10 times the size. Okay, we got Boozy here, who's the first time. Let's see. You know what? I was working as well too, and of course, we've got. I was in 7th grade. Of course, this is Jake. Jake, I'm going to try my best not to drink too much tonight because I know we got a busy day tomorrow. And of course, and we'll get into that towards the end. And all those kids that were there will be scared for the rest of their life. There's no doubt about it. Life is, yes. I'll put that up. I should.
It is fucked. It is honestly maddening. I mean, I know we're in the, what are we, like the information age we're considered right now?
Too much information, be it bullshit information, really.
Something happens across the world, we know about it within fucking 30 minutes. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, especially here on X.
The world's always been an awful.
Oh, there's a blinding light thing right now. Oh, why? Sorry, folks. I'm checking stuff on X. This is actually a good thing. I don't know why I'm bitching. I'm seeing what the fuck you drinking. It shows Word Pig's blinding light right now. You know what? Times like these, you have to find a way to laugh, I guess. And
yeah.
And okay, I'll go with 9/11. 24 years ago, thanks to the television series Friends, they helped me take a break every once in a while because everybody I don't want to do the math. I was old enough and still remember quite clearly where I was at, what was going on. And felt bad because today is my dad's birthday, September 11th. I mean, this is how we would remember each other's birthday. His birthday was September 11th. Now, after 24 years ago, it's a shitty way to remember. I used to go with the positive thing. Here was Ohioans, a Cincinnati kid, not really, but I used to think of, that's the day that Pete Rose hit his big hit, did the Hit King. And he remembers my birthday as, I graduated the day you were born, and that was D-Day. So yes, that's how it's. And I always use my son's reference. The day he was born was the day after OJ's verdict. Gee, another asshole.
Well, okay.
Let's get back on track here. Sorry.
Yeah. So where I was going. Fuck.
Yes, I do. I got the call and turned on the TV right before the second plane hit. Yeah. I hate watching those videos. Sorry.
So I was going to the point of the information age. We get information so fucking fast now. Everything is right at our fingertips. You got to fucking scroll. This is the world we live in. I know the world's always been a bad place. I know the world's always been horrible, but we didn't fucking environment that I was growing up in Huber Heights. What is that? This is the world we live in. I know the world's always been a bad place. I know the world's always been horrible, but we didn't fucking environment. I can hear all that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to turn it off because we've got to That's probably why I had the echo. Sorry, folks.
All right. Let me try again.
And action. Help us out, William. Live video game TV, which we're going to have to connect with you, by the way, on this because Chris is a big gamer when we get back into the positive things in life. We are all Charlie Kirk now. You're absolutely right about that. Sorry, Chris. I fucked him up. Can you help him out? Anybody right now that's here that can help remember? We are on the information.
My name is Robert Paulson.
We are living in the Matrix now. God, I wish we were.
Anyways. So what I was getting at now, things would happen in those, from the beginning of time, things would happen. You didn't fucking hear about it now. Something happens now. Kim Kardashian fucking slips falling out of the bathtub. We have that information within 15 fucking minutes. It's fucking outrageous. So every single bad thing now is thrown not only at us as adults, but at our children. It's fucking all these kids. It's ruining all of their childhood experiences. These kids are not going to have childhoods. I feel so. I don't know. I wish I didn't have to be this way, protective of my children, but a guy like Charlie, I could see would be the same way. I mean, I could picture him doing the same thing, selling everything, the same thing I just did. I could see him doing, getting as far away from people, moving out to the country, doing everything that I just did. I could see a guy like Charlie doing, just because the simple fact that our children are not ours anymore. Our children belong to the fucking those phones in the media constantly. That's another maddening point for me. And I don't know how to break it, because I mean, if I thank God that the Elysian, my youngest, I mean, she's so involved with these animals. She loves it to death. She goes out there with the chickens. She goes over to her horse. Like, she's so enthralled with these animals that I've noticed she's not on her phone near as enough. Like near as much as she used to be. And I love that fact. Ember, I mean, she loves that phone. I can't get that phone away from her. And I feel bad that I try to figure out ways to try to get it away from her, because it seems like I'm punishing her by taking things or making her put her phone down at dinner table, or all the things that we used to take for granted as an American society. That all that shit now feels like a chore. And like at the core of Charlie Kirk, I think he had all those values in place, and he was just never willing to sacrifice them. He believed in standing up, saying whatever he wanted. Be courageous and say what you mean. Constantly, he never sacrificed that, and I'll tip my hat to that, because that takes a lot of fucking balls.
Oh,
in this world.
I still represent. I'm just hot tonight. Just listening to Chris, and I just automatically start visualizing, and I'm thinking of folks. Okay, oh my God. So yes,
man,
anyway,
so do I.
Before I even get into it, and maybe right now, I need Chris. I need our viewers right now to help me get over my thoughts, and maybe I'll share it, of going through a little personal thinking of our kids. Let's see here. Let me backtrack here. Just I may have already showed on the screen, but I think right now we need your guys' response here. Let's see. I want to go back to what first you said facts. We're all living in the matrix. This thing's going up and down on me real quick. Yeah. Not used to this many people watching right now. Let's see here. Okay, live video. Okay, this is pretty cool. I'm actually great friends with Chris Morgan. Yes, that always helps. The man himself.
That's my man. That's my man.
Watching. Right, I miss shooting the shit with you, bud, and keep your spirits up high. We just all got to stay connected, if you know what I mean. And of course, Mike is sharing his amen there with you, Chris. And of course, we got William. One of the worst things that's happened. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that. It's like, I wish I had control of how we use it. Excuse me. And I don't want to go too deep into that rabbit hole. I think you guys would like the control I'd have over it. Mike here, miss the 90s, dear. I'm this 55-year-old fart head, and I was missing the 80s and the 90s and maybe the early 2000s. And then it took me some time later to go, oh man, I really fucking miss the 90s. Oh man. And
I
Halloween
miss
90s.
there was no like check-in or tag your friends or
Yeah.
none of the social media shit we got now. You know how you found out where everybody was? You don't, no, not that. You ride down the street on your bike and you see where all the fucking bikes are in the front yard. There
Or
they are.
I remember in certain towns, there was McDonald's that they would go to. And I know they did in Inglewood and Tip City. I miss the 80s too. Oh, I do. The world, yeah. The world is a vampire. The end is near. I'll tell you what. I'm going to get back to what Chris was saying, and I'm going to bring a little downer here.
You know, Mike,
Oh, here we go.
They've been saying that for probably 50 years now.
Cheers. Anyone out there, I don't care if you're holding up a water or an adult beverage. Here's to Mr. Kirk himself. That's right, Charlie Kirk. You know what's really messed up? No, I'm going to get
You know what's fucked right now? Didn't drink, didn't smoke, didn't do pills. The man never did anything. He devoted his life pretty much to Jesus Christ and God and his family. And that's what happens to a man that lives his life that way. That's what happens to a man nowadays. You got to be fucking kidding me. It fucking depresses the shit out of me. Because I don't live that perfectly. And I have a lot of the same ideals. Are you saying that I should be shot in the fucking throat because I don't agree? Oh. I told you I was going to get mad.
No. You have every right to. You know what? Shame on me. It's just instinctively because I'm a friend and I care. And I'm going to have obviously some very passionate feelings about. I don't want to hear that come out of your mouth. Do you know what I mean? Just like if your mom, you know what I mean?
I'm trying to keep it on the rails. I'm trying to keep it on the rails.
I get it. I'm sorry, but that's just a natural reaction to anybody who cares about you, Chris. We don't want to hear you say it, but I get it. Just like I tell myself, no, I can't help but feel this pain inside when I start thinking about, and because I visualize us, everyone here right now or later, when they think about their own kids. When Chris was talking about Alicia and of course Ember, and I think about my son, and then I start going down this, and my son is autistic, and all right.
That is one of his core principles right there.
I'm so glad I get to see your girls this weekend.
That is one of Charlie's core principles is that we should always be able to have the conversation without it resulting to violence.
Can I say something real quick? As much as we need to stand up and show pride and not show any weaknesses, to stay loud, or if anything, I say, I don't want to take we all know two wrongs don't make a right. That's what I firmly believe in. I want to be able to have a conversation with these people right now that are celebrating. I know right now I should be angry, and I am angry at them. I'm so angry, but that's not what's going to make this world a better place. That's not what's going to make America possibly a surviving country again. I can go on and on. I can ramble, and I even forget what the fuck I'm getting at this point. Go ahead, Chris. Chances are I forgot what the fuck I was going to talk about.
No, you're fine. Here's the thing. A lot of these people, I'm just going to say people, a lot of these people are celebrating and creating dances and doing all the things that they're doing to the fact that Charlie was an advocate for the Second Amendment and he believed in the right to bear arms. So they are literally, in most of their videos, they're saying, well, he said, live by the gun. He said it's worth this, it's worth that for having the Second Amendment. Here's what they're not fucking realizing is that if he could stand up right now and talk, he would still fucking say, yes, I still believe in the Second Amendment. I went to heaven. I believed in God. I lived my life by God, and I believe in the Constitution. That's what he would say, literally, probably verbatim. So his views didn't change because he was shot. His views are still the same because it's the mental illness that got him there. If people want to hurt people, they're always going to fucking do it. Whether it be a knife, whether it be a fucking car, a plane, a stone like Cain and Abel. It's a story as old as time. People are going to hurt other people if they want to. It's mental health.
Speaking of mental health, here's something that a lot of people say. Let me shut up, Scott. Let's think about what you're about ready to say. Speaking of mental health, there are people right now that are getting a license to drive a vehicle. And I see this. I'm speaking with facts, not with TikTok, not with X, not with face crack or whatever. I am 55 years old. I know you've heard me say that a lot, but I've got to give you the fucking facts. I have been doing work as a living as a delivery driver, from delivering auto parts to, yes, I have had a Class A, an endorsement on my driver's license where I drove a tractor trailer. In other words, I wasn't a truck driver. I was a guy that was licensed to drive trailers. So there you go. I'm schooling you right there for people that want to say, check your facts. I also know back in 2002, there were a lot of illegal immigrants coming into this country that were getting their CDL license back then.
That's another hot topic right now.
In 2025, I see a lot of people right now that are teaching people how to drive that don't even have a driver's license. Now, when we get into the whole pew pew subject, there are more people that are unalive today from vehicles that are a hell of a lot, because I get so sick and tired of the gun violence. No, it's the idiocracy that's holding that weapon, just like it's the fucking morons that are allowing these people to get a driver's license to, let's say, the K word. Yes, YouTube, I'm going to say kill. That shit causes more trouble, but yet it doesn't get stirred up in the media because the left and the right both need their fucking car to get to Walmart. Sorry, Chris, I got a little bit hot-headed. And I wasn't yelling at anybody. I'm just so pissed off about that shit. Sorry, I'll breathe and I'll get back to drinking this and I'll shut up.
Yeah, I know. It's
Count to 10, Scott. 10.
As a male, like, I feel like these are all concerns that are valid. I mean, we've all got these concerns, and it's...
I needed that laugh. Thank you. Sorry, go ahead, Chris.
No, laughter is the best medicine. If people would just learn to laugh. I mean, what are the two closest? Well, I won't say closest, but two of the closest genres in the world are really horror and comedy, if you think about it. I mean, a little bit of comedy injected into a horror does fucking wonders. It's great. It breaks the tension. It's awesome. And if you were to visit these horror sets when they're creating these movies, do you guys think it's like fucking like this dark atmosphere? No, they're fucking laughing at each other. They're stabbing and then they're having fun and they're fucking laughing about it. I mean, that is the basis.
The 1978, let me see. There's a certain film that we all seen in 1970, or you watched it later. Sorry. Oh, it was John Carpenter's Halloween. I think that's what it's called, right?
Never heard of it.
Yeah, well, it was a horror film, right? You know, and it's apparently this classic. And there's this guy.
I have no idea.
Said, could you do me a favor? Put these like coveralls on and put this white mask on. It's gonna get famous someday. Trust me on this, okay? I know it seems goofy now. In fact, it seemed so goofy then that the guy who was wearing the mask most of the time, there's this photo out there. He's got the mask right there, and he's got this goofy look on his face.
You can't have something that serious of a topic without
97 Myers.
I mean, that's classic Chandler right there. Let's bring friends back into it. That's anytime Chandler felt anxiety or felt pressured or something like that, what did he do? He broke the tension with a joke. That was his stick right there. That was what he did.
I'm not gonna put yes, I will put Matthew Perry on a pedestal because we all know if you were a fan of that show or just yes, he had his demons. Hell, I have my demons. But I'm just so thankful here lately. There's been some more updates on who was more. I'm sorry. I'm just going to be protective over him. I know, like I said, I don't get his demons, but there's been some latest reports on that. So, in other words, there's going to be some justice on some individuals that were responsible of helping him not be with us anymore. So, you mean the movie that used a $3 mask for its villain? I'll never be successful. Oh, you know what? Speaking of which, here I'm pretty sure. Let me double check here. Yes, I want to share with you. Take a little break. We all need a break right now. Talked about friends. Chris, I know, needs a break right now. It's not so much what the hell you're drinking. But William created something, and I put it together here. He joined us live. Help me out here, guys. It was not too long ago, and he was on there. He's talking about a mask that he created with, which I'm a huge fan of, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original one. Fuck it, I'll just show you guys here. Wrong video. Fuck it. Just
you know,
you did say every hour.
You
right?
drinking?
every hour on the hour, baby. That's how we need to start doing these.
But here we go. It was if I click it again, then you have to do 2 shots. Okay, leather.
Oh shit.
Here we go. Here we go. This is quick, but it shows you what William was responsible for creating.
Hell yeah. Look at that baseball stitch.
Really quick. But here's some actual shots.
Dude, I need one.
Yeah. The killer mask from 1974, Gunnar Hansen. And he's with us here right now in the chat room.
I don't have any.
Oh, I've got him actually up there by my music room now. So yeah, I can't wait till we actually do talk about Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the future with our horror stuff. It's, you know, and I'll add a little bit more because we all need a break right now. Even Charlie would have won a break. There's some good shit that's coming up around the corner,
Hey.
you know, with some horror stuff. So look forward to that, folks.
Speaking of 97 Myers, highlight that real fast. That's an interesting topic.
Right here? Am I on the right one?
Yes. 97 Myers,
Yeah.
yes. Yes, we do.
Please.
We have a bunch of I wish I had a picture of it readily available.
Yeah.
It's directly above my head. We're just waiting for the stars to align for us to, to actually work on stuff. But it is all up there. All the tools, all the paint, all our stuff is up there. We're just,
and we'll try to do
waiting for good topics to die down and us to be not as pissed off at the fucking world to where we can actually go up there and just have fun.
So I got that. Sally, they took the keys. They took the keys. Sorry. Thank you, Jake. Thanks for Jake. Folks, I'm gonna add some more take a break from the real world. Chris and I will be bringing along a cast and crew of people, which I've already got the audio equipments. I've got some extra batteries.
Ooh, show me them. I ain't seen them yet.
We're going to be recording our events when we go to Horror Hound Weekend, which is this weekend. So I'm going to try my best not to be hungover as we go pick up Jake the Snake. But these are some these are some little microphones.
Dude, I'm putting that on my hat. I'm putting it on my bill right there.
That will be. This is the transmitter that I actually turned on. But yeah, I mean, I got my camera that it's just. I just want to take a break from the bullshit, and I can't wait to show you guys what we experienced there. And hopefully, Chris is going to have one of these on him. And even though I'm going to be holding, there's going to be. I'm just basically.
We'll take turns.
Well, we got two of them. We got two of them, Chris. I'm just figuring. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that since we are going to meet Mr. Nick Castle again and Dick Warlock,
Oh God,
maybe we can get a chance for them to say something into the microphones.
Oh my God, I will bully Nick. I will corner him, and I will throw the mic in his face.
I mean, 2 cases with all kinds of. It better turn out good because, damn it, I did. I went and bought some extra batteries. I've got some SD cards with a lot of memory. You better fucking not die on me. All righty.
He was so fucking cool, though.
But yeah,
God, I loved meeting Nick. Actually, both. I mean, yeah, he was. Yeah, both times. He was just so fucking cool. He was like, "Yeah, come on back here," and I went and sat down next to him and just fucking chilled out for a second. I had like 4 masks that I wanted him to sign, and he was just so fucking cool about it. He was just signing shit, and he was just shooting the shit with me. He was like, "Hey man, what do you like? What are you into?" I was like, "Fucking Halloween, of course, man."
I'm gonna kind of bring back a little bit of what we were talking earlier. I know it's good, man. You suck, and you're right, folks. I've already talked with Chris about something privately years ago. No, it's not. It's not necessarily a private thing. One of the reasons. Okay, back up a little bit here, folks. I used to be one, like a lot of us probably. I miss going to certain events, live events, concerts, et cetera, and time had gone by, and I got to the point where then when I'm gonna show this real quick. When is the next pod at Chris's house? Mike,
we've taken your constructive criticism there. I think we're gonna do like a
I gotta get my PJ.
Sounds and Spirits episode behind the bar. I think we should do that. We'll have it kind of talking about obviously our, what music we're feeling at that point, and then we'll probably do like some tastings. I think we should do a blind.
I think it's what Mike's really going for. Mike, if I remember correctly, Mike, he's you really want to check out your bourbon selection there. But
I want to do blinds because it's where you put them all in like in glasses, and you don't know which is which. And then you go through and you just rate them to see which ones come out on top. Like the cheaper ones can come out on top of the more expensive ones, even when you do blinds. I think it's real interesting.
Yeah, make sure Scott's doing the Irish testings. Okay. I'm trying to make sure my mind stays on topic because I'll watch stuff like, dude, you totally fucking where were you going at? You talked about one thing, you went somewhere else. Let's up with concerts, going to events and all that,
which I'm all about it, folks. That's my thing.
I am. I'll tell you what, you don't see it a lot here from me, but my mind constantly is like a hamster in a ball that reflects on a lot of memories of live concerts that I went to. And I had conflicting thoughts of what happened yesterday to what happened to me personally. And it always makes you think about shit. Let me get to this, if you don't mind, Chris, because you already know about.
Oh, absolutely.
Back in 1993, 2 years before my son was born, I was on my way to a part-time job as a DJ down in Dayton, Ohio, in a Marriott hotel very close to UD, University of Dayton.
Really?
Yes.
Natalie bartended there.
A DJ in a little small booth with D'Agostino's, who had his DJs and all that. But that was just one of the places that I was at. I wasn't. If Todd was here, Todd is my whole point of it is, it was a Friday around 4:30 ish. I had a piece of shit escort that probably burnt more oil than gas. That was a common thing back in the 80s for us, mullet fuckers. And I remember even the next day we were going to try to find something a little bit more reliable where technically where I worked at one time. And I'm traveling south on North Main Street on State Route 48 in Ohio, Old North Dayton. And two individuals were going the opposite direction walking, and they came up to me and they had guns. And folks, I'll share your comments here in a moment, my peripheral vision and all that. And I had one to this side and one to that side. And eventually one went down to the rib. And I can go on and on. My whole point of it is when I see stuff that happens like what happens yesterday, I always think to myself, that could have happened to me back in 1993. And I mean, because I had guns to my head, and I was petrified of guns for the longest time. And I still believe that one of the reasons why, and I'm finally getting to the circle of this, I honestly think that's another reason why I'm petrified of crowds. Because of what happens in the world we live in today and what personally happened to me. It's taking things away from me that I love. I love music probably more than most things in life. It's the one thing that I'm at peace with. It's the one thing that I can always just constantly get confused and get caught up with. And I can listen to other people, the music that they're passionate about. And I want to understand, why is it that you like that? I'm intrigued. I mean, not agree with a certain beat or certain tone or certain, but I'm still passionate about what they love. And then when I get to know what they're passionate about, then I find, whoa, I'm interested in that music all of a sudden. But I feel like that's been taken away from me. But at the same time, I still go back to that, and I'll shut up, Chris. I see you pointing. I think about what happened to him, and it's like, am I here for a reason, or was I just fucking lucky?
So
I hope
in your head, mentally, does that not piss you off?
It does. It pisses me off and being scared at the same time. It really does.
It should.
I don't like living in a bubble, but technically I guess I am.
Because life is experience.
Exactly.
If you're not experiencing things, then you are being robbed of life.
You're absolutely right. And I'm trying.
If you are just not doing things because of being out of fear, what are they? I mean, what's that quote from?
Getting caught up with and trying to do two things at once, listening to Chris heavily and then sharing everybody's thoughts. Here we
Interstellar.
go.
Interstellar, the movie.
Check this out. So just popped. Chris gave me for my birthday a bottle of Weller that's out there at my bar. So one day I'll share that with you.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for him to open that bitch and experience it.
Nice, not a good night.
But where I was going with that.
That's it. The bar downstairs.
Interstellar. One of the quotes out of that is the dying of the light. The old man, what is the moral of the story right there? He rages against the dying of the light. Don't go quietly. You should want to fight back against that. You should want to fight back against the world that has made you scared. You should want to reclaim parts of your life that you're being robbed of. That is just, maybe that's my bravado. Maybe that's my like, I don't know, testosterone kicking in. But anytime that I've ever been scared of something, it just wants me to lash out more. It makes me so afraid. And I think that has to do with being raised how I was raised, seeing my dad doing everything that he did to my mom and stuff like that. Becoming a man, I'm never letting anyone box me into those corners ever again. And I would fight. I would go to those concerts. I would go to everything that you want to go to. Don't let anybody fucking ever make you afraid.
You know, I also feel like sometimes that I also have used the loss of Edward as an excuse too. I feel like I've used all those corners. So some things that I have to work out, just like there's something I have to, and please, folks, this has to do with the internet. And if everybody here's in the chat room, you'd get it, but I can't say this because of the internet. I have to remind myself to talk to Chris about something privately tomorrow on our way to go get Jake. And hopefully, Chris, you can remember this. You'll be like, okay, what is it you need to talk about? It has to do something to help me protect my son, me and myself and my son, and even the other kid on 4 legs. So,
Old Dozer.
yeah.
Am I going to see him tomorrow?
Yeah, Dozer's going to have to tolerate being up there with your mom and the girls while we go get Jake the snake and all that. So, yeah, I don't want to leave the guy here. Yeah, the dog's spoiled. Yes, I'm sorry. I tried not to make my dog. I can't. No, that's gonna be a long day. I mean, it's gonna be. We're looking forward to our trip to get Jake, and it's a long trip back, and then we're gonna spend some time over at Chris's house. And we're not going to share it here, folks, because that needs to be a little bit more private. But you get the gist. We'll share all the other cool shit, And yeah, I got to bring Dozer up there because it'll be a long time before, because he tries so hard not to have accidents in the house, and that's not fair to him. So, and by the way, thank you so much, William, there on that. I even think about this, and you know what? I'm going to say this right. I have to. I don't give a rat's ass, and I don't mean to sound cruel right now. You can either be a supporter or not, or you can dislike or like, but sometimes I honestly feel the same way about Donald Trump. I mean, you think about it. The guy there was an attempt assassination on him not too long ago. Mm-hmm. And now let's take the politics. Let's throw that shit away. It was obviously him and Charles were good friends.
Yep.
And I know Donald Trump has to be thinking, just like that's another reason why I shared my carjacking situation. Because, by the way, that same weekend, there was a teenager who was, for the same situation that I was in. So I have to think the same thing. Like I said, this has nothing to do with your personal agenda against, Donald Trump. But I just honestly think I
don't know how people see that. We're not holding Trump up to some God level. We're not doing anything like that. But we're just saying, how do you face that? How do you get almost shot? That could have been the end of your life, and you still want to pursue what you're pursuing. That obviously has to show passion at some level, right? I mean,
absolutely.
Who would pursue something that almost gets them killed? That takes a certain level, right?
Oh, and his reaction alone. I mean, how many people right now can say, "Okay, I was shot at, and I was clipped"? Raise your hands. Oh, I can't. I had, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That maybe that's bravado. Maybe that's some. You can call it whatever you want. We're not holding Trump up to some certain level.
Doing that.
We're just saying he's a man and he's driven.
We all put our pants. If you're fortunate enough to have your morning routine, and part of it is putting pants or shorts on, because I'm guilty of putting shorts on a lot. I put it on one leg at a time, and yeah, even a Kardashian. Well, maybe they don't, but one leg at a time. I'm just, yeah.
This is, man.
I need another drink. That's my excuse.
No, I'm gonna say something right now. I'm probably gonna get judged for it. I don't know. I think as a society, we are being.
Chris likes the color green. Judge
like green. I think we as men, I think we are being emasculated daily.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think there is something that is systematically taking away every form of masculinity that we have, and they are hoping to eventually strip it from the entire American culture. Like, to the point where some men, I think, feel so afraid.
Me too. That's me. Sorry.
I feel like some men are so afraid to have that masculine energy that we're considered toxic or this, that, and the other. Motherfucker, when the enemies are at the gates, you will be begging for those men to fight for you. That is facts. That is facts. No one's going to. Ooh, man, I can go down a dark path right there, but I'm not gonna. I'm sick of it. I'm fucking sick of it.
You want to hear something?
Men need to be masculine. We need to be who we are, and we need to not be ashamed of it, because we are the providers. We do the sacrificing. We do this, that, and the other. All the it says good men create easy times. Correct? That's where we're at right now. We're at an easy time in this country, but everybody forgets what it took to get us here. We both need each other, men and women. We need each other, but men have their place, women have their place, and we need to come together. That's the only way it works harmoniously. Our grandparents, they all had it together. They all had better lives. We fucked it up.
Oh, do I so fully agree on that? And that could go down a very deep thing. And
I know.
Oh my God.
I shouldn't have said that. I know.
No. Because no. You're absolutely right. Because that's and I want to get into what Mike left here real quick. But I want to also feed off to what Chris is saying. I hope a lot of you out there have the opportunity to do the very same thing. See, I never had a chance to meet my grandfather because technically I didn't even exist when this man goes off and fights World War II. He comes back home and ends up losing his life. I'm not laughing. It's the irony that he goes off and goes off to World War II, survives, and comes home and has a job of heating and air. If I do, sometimes I wish my mom would share more of that story, but I understand why she doesn't get into too much. But yeah, he ends up doing the day job and loses his life. And my grandmother had to raise 4 kids, and no wonder she became a raging alcoholic. But the stuff that I heard about back then, I'll tell you, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'm going to pull up what Mike's saying right here. Real quick, no disrespect to Mike. We'll make sure I share what William said. Well, the same people think that a man can be a woman and vice. I promise, Mike, because we do need to.
Mike's comment right there.
Yeah.
Mike's comment. Because they tried to give it to him in the Senate, and I was fucking disgusted with it.
Oh, God. I've got so. You know what? I want to respect. No, William, we'll get to that, but Chris, you said it yourself. I'm going to show Mike's comment right here, right now. Yeah.
You get a fucking minute of fucking silence for both of them. For me. Fucking disgusting. They're sitting there yelling no, and this fuck.
I naturally, of course, may have to get.
I'd light a candle if I had it.
I'm showing I talked about my grandmother who became a raging alcoholic, but you know what? I was also told that I saved her from that, but she was Irish, so I'm going to do a little. I'm so messed up with my screen right now. So cheers to my Irish history. I'm very proud of my Irish background, and you guys see a lot here on Meets in the Man Cave because I'm always drinking Irish whiskey. But yes, my grandpa served in World War II also.
That's where men were men.
Okay, guys.
I saw a recent one. It was a soldier. Definitely, I can't tell if it was It was probably World War II. I don't know. But he's sitting there holding his rifle with his bayonet and everything. And this guy was like, that was my father. It was a professor, I believe, or something like that. But anyways, he showed another slide and he said, "This is your father." And there was some dude in fucking like, oh God, I'm gonna be polarizing here. Shit, I shouldn't have said that. Oh God. Anyways, he was cross dressing and he had the whole trans thing going on. And he was like, you should be fucking ashamed of yourself.
And by the way,
I didn't mean to go
drive
there.
real Mustangs. Real men drive real Mustangs. I had to.
I just thought it was. I thought it was really funny, and it's like, it's some form of the funniest jokes have basis in truth.
You want to hear an absolute ridiculous thing, and this is absolutely ridiculous. It's because of the times we live in right now. I don't personally give it. How do I put this? I mean, I brush my teeth. I do whatever I have to do in my morning routine, but I honestly don't. I think it's because maybe I should care about my appearance. I don't know, but I personally don't.
This is where.
But my mother tells me, I think I like you better with a full beard. And because of the shit that we're going on now, I purposely don't shave anymore because, the transgenders don't want you to look this way. I don't know. It's what my own mother tells me that I'm like, God damn. So I don't know, but I actually
one of my favorite Charlie Kirk moments was he was addressing the transgender movement.
Why don't they just call them drag queens and shut the fuck up? Sorry,
because that's an extinct term, right? We can't use that anymore. It's kind of like
some other things I'd like to call them, but
yeah, cigarettes.
Yeah. What's this button say?
Anyways, there was a point where he was addressing the fact, and he was like, this is actually at the heart of what they're doing, the heart of their actual motives. They're actually angry with God because the fact that they're masking their identities and they're changing their genders is essentially like they're saying, why did you make me a man when I'm a fucking woman? And that was the whole mental illness of it that he was focusing on. They're mad at how they were born. And he took issue with that because God's plan is not, it's not for us to debate. Like we're born men right now, right? It's a 50-50. Actually, the man decides the gender.
Well, according to
what I mean?
age and not taking care of my testosterone level, I don't know what the fuck I am. So sorry, I didn't say that out loud.
The men decide the gender when obviously conception takes place. That is part of the whole deal, whether you believe, it to be a God thing or if it's just natural selection, whatever you believe, there are two genders, and it's a flip of the coin. You either end up a man or a woman. And then we have learned to play life. We play the cards we're dealt. We deal with life and we become a man when we accept our role and our responsibility and our purpose. Same is true for a woman. That is, acceptance of that is going to take you a whole lot further in life than trying to fight everything around you and becoming totally bitter and lashing out at the world, which is what we're experiencing right now.
Speaking of women right now, actual women, I like to thank Mrs. Jennifer Webb and Natalie Webb for watching us right now over on Facebook. Just went over there to check real quick just to see what's just to make sure all the you know, because some people don't understand that all of your messages could go over here to Riverside, which Chris and I are very thankful for.
Those
Yeah,
are
they've been
two.
perfect, but they're 98% of the time Riverside's been great. But Natalie and Jennifer, thank you so much for helping
Those
Chris
are
be a part of the world today.
those are two of the strongest women that I fucking know, and they've never questioned their life. They're fucking women. They're strong.
Therefore, they don't care about Charlie's family. And I'll tell you what, as much as I want to do everything I can every day to stand up to do what Charlie would want, and I have been watching a lot. The thing that I learned, I don't real quick, I want to make it very clear. My knowledge of Charlie is watching him on YouTube, where he would go to all these, and I understand, sadly, the tour that he was doing was the first stop was there at Utah, correct? I forget the name of the college in Utah.
For this leg of the tours,
Yes,
kind of what they
it
call it.
was the first stop for this particular fall tour.
I
And
think that's right.
yes, but prior, I would watch. And I'll be honest. I watch a lot of people on YouTube. A lot of it's guitar stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of stuff that when I choose to take the time to listen to what's going on in the world. Granted, I listen to a lot of talk radio, 700W out of Cincinnati, and they don't always do news shit. But whenever shit hits the fan, those guys are middle. They really do have a progressive and they have a non-progressive, a conservative, a liberal. They do everything they can to balance the shit that we listen to. We make a choice to listen to them, right? But when I would come across Charlie, I'd follow him a lot with other individuals. I'll just say others because it's just about Charlie right now. And I was so fascinated on not only the courage that he had, and let's face it, if today was a better day, still would have, on how he would just want to have a conversation and he would say challenge. It wasn't out of sarcasm, but
Prove me
challenge.
wrong.
Thank you, Chris. Prove me wrong. And that's all it was. It was a conversation. And he would literally you guys could see him on microphone. And yet we all know the narrative here. I don't want to get into it because it's going to get me upset. I don't need to go there. But
that's the whole basis. They can't have the conversation. They can't prove. Half of them don't even have the facts.
You're
and when he
right.
and when he
you're right.
And when he puts the facts to them, they have nowhere to go. And what does a person who's backed into a corner do? They fucking lash out. They always do. They always lashed out. They always attacked his appearance, his misogyny, if you want to call it that. They always did some little dig and then they just ran off. That was always their solution because they had no fucking argument. If you have no argument, what you must do in a debate is you must concede. That is the basis of a debate. If you don't have a valid point, you must concede and you have a winner of the debate. That is how all debates are done, whether you're in high school or collegiate level or you're a politician. That is the basis of it. You don't fucking say, okay, you need to die. What the fuck is that? What mental illness is that?
Because folks, if we continue to go down their path, we're going to lose our freedom. We're going to lose our freedom of speech. It's okay for them to say whatever they want to. It's okay for them to have their opinions. It's okay for them to choose whatever facts they want to believe. But yet, as soon as someone says something that they don't like, well, look what's happened.
This
wasn't
an attack on freedom of speech. This was an attack on America. This was an attack on men. This was an attack on so many levels.
Oh yeah, let's don't forget.
It wasn't just a guy shot. It wasn't that. It was an attack on so many things in America.
You know, they're right. I came across early before I hit the record button, and on a major social platform that shared any news updates. I'm not going to go there now. You guys could choose to look at yourself because I absolutely refuse. If I wasn't doing, I'm going to say selfishly right now, if I was sitting here on my soapbox recording a live video, I would refuse to show that video, viral video from so many angles where the man lost his life, because to me, children should not watch that. We should not. We already know what the fuck's happened. We don't need, because that and other sick individuals, other demons out there, they'll watch this. Ooh, how can I up that crap? And meanwhile, while the celebration is going on, Chris, I know you've heard this. They've been calling him a Nazi. A Nazi?
Yeah. They've always called him a Nazi, dude. They've always called him a Nazi.
I mean, catch up. Sorry, folks.
They have to resort to insults because they don't have another leg to stand on, so they just they just insult. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, crazy. I know a lot of you, and it's so with the Ukraine, this young 23-year-old woman who came to this country legally, dotted all her I's, like my great-great-grandparents, like your great, they did everything they had to legally. They wanted to get away from a country. You've all heard the stories. They were having a war. She couldn't. She was afraid she was going to die over there. So she comes over here. You guys have seen it.
How's that make us look?
Oh my God. That's another topic I wanted to talk about real quick.
She left a war-torn country to flee here and gets stabbed to death and dies alone on a subway. Are you fucking kidding me? We look like the worst fucking country in the world. And
this is going to lead me to my other point that I wanted to bring up tonight. And it has a lot to do with idiocracy that we have been. When the fuck are we going to learn?
Never.
We're going to go back to the 60s. I'm going to bring it up even before then. But why the fuck do we judge people by the pigment of their skin? Why?
Yeah.
It is the dumbest fucking thing. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start judging a dog from the color of its coat.
Well,
I'm going to start judging people from the color of their hair.
Hey, that's there. That's there. You know how many pit bulls are put to sleep just because they're a pit bull?
By the way, I want to apologize once again. If I haven't done it yet, I apologize for the mic. I can't stand stupidity.
Yeah, that's a good point right there.
Catch up with comments here real quick.
Yeah, please. Yeah. The next one William put up.
Is this it? Is this correct? I'll make sure I'm there. I'll make sure. Okay. Oh, I don't know if I had this one here. I'm sorry, William. You can't stand. Okay. You can't stand to be Steve. Steve can't. Okay. Yes, you're.
No, there was one. Also her family still living in Ukraine, to my knowledge.
Yeah.
They chose her to be buried
exactly
here because it is what she would want. How fucking sad is that?
It is. It's beautiful. It's poetic justice. Maybe that's a terrible. I apologize if I butchered that. Maybe I did. I'm not great with every phrase or words. I'm not. It's not poetic. I'm sorry. That's terrible. It's sad. It's. Help me out, everybody. What's the phrase I'm looking for that should be properly said here? Okay.
It's
okay.
Not irony. It's.
But you know what really sickens the shit out of me? It's what you could hear what he said, because the cameras, what he said. And I'm paraphrasing it. And Chris or anybody here right now.
Who?
The individual, the monster on that train in North Carolina or South Carolina. Apologize for not getting
shit. Yeah, we could go. I don't.
And what he said was absolutely that gets to the point of,
yeah. Wait, I don't want to bring it there. I don't know.
I just bringing up, what else happened during that event and all that. I'm just so pissed off
they tried not to make it racial. It turns out it's clearly racial.
Yeah.
They tried to bury the footage, but 2 weeks later, sure enough, we of course get the footage and we see the whole thing.
You know what else happened yesterday? A school shooting. What also happened here recently? A person beating the crap out of another person on a bus, and it was a racial thing. It had nothing to do. It's just like
I've seen 4 stabbings, I think, on Instagram in the last week. Those don't meet the narrative. Are you noticing a trend though? Those don't meet the narrative. They can't say let's take away the guns because they're using fucking knives. So they don't meet the narrative, so they don't get the publicity.
You know, I don't know if you guys remember or not, but it was back in the 90s or the early 2000s. I think it was somewhere around there, at least here. And I know there was other malls too. I remember hearing about people afraid to go inside to the mall areas because there was individuals going around stabbing people. Yeah, stabbing people. That's just, oh my God. I
Listen, that's a sad. God, I can't go there. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but I can't do that because literally my entire life, I mean, I've been the only white guy in the groups that I've had. I've had groups with, I call them brothers because they are my brothers. Like those guys I feel like would take a bullet for me, and they were all
and
other skin colors.
yeah,
I can't do the judgment off of pigmentation. I can't do that.
you just, yeah. And as far as I'm concerned, if you judge somebody, it's character, it's culture and character, and it's a culture that, okay, okay, I'm going to get right down to it. I seen it back in the 70s where I see a lot of people that were just lazy. And that's the problem with the country, the United States of America. There's a lot of lazy bullshit that's going on right here. There's been a lot of handouts that's been going on for a long fucking time. And we've been seeing a lot of kids having kids. And these kids today were raised by nothing. And therefore, that's why you see a lot of kids that are involved in a lot of crimes.
Mhm.
And that's therefore it goes into the judgment of the pigment. And let's face it, there are just as many as people that have, okay, I got news for you folks. I'm not white. I've got this like pinkish tone.
Every race has bad people.
You know what? As last time I checked, we all, and the guy that they're trying to catch right now that was responsible for taking Charlie's life, they've got basically prints from his forearm and footprints and everything else. They're going through the whole DNA thing. I'm going to be a dickhead right now and say that even all white men have different thumbprints, just like all black men have different thumbprints. Therefore, your shade of tone and pigment is going to be different. Now, I know that's boring and that's not politically correct in TikTok fucking world, but that's what it is. Start judging people for their ignorance and their stupidity and their weakness and their unaccountability for what they are. And they're just a product of their environment too. Just like these goddamn fucking used car salesmen on Capitol Hill right now that wear red or blue tie. Yes, they're used car salesmen. They're trying to do everything they can to buy your vote. And they're supposed to lead by an example. And look at those fuckers right now. They're both pieces of shit, left and right.
See,
They can come together and joint to show us how to be better people. Then maybe we'll lead by example for once. But I seriously fucking doubt it they can do it because they don't have to have a degree on being on Capitol Hill. They just have to have the name Johnson or Robinson.
See, I feel like
sorry, I just
if I have a judgment lapse, if I felt like I couldn't trust somebody, I don't care what color they are. Like I just take myself out of I use my gut and I use my intuition in almost everything. I've always told the girls that's your most valuable asset. If your stomach's telling you something, if your gut's telling you something, fucking do it. I don't care what it makes you look like. You know the difference between right and wrong. When your heart does that sinking thing, when it feels like it sinks in your stomach, you better get out of there quickly. You know that's a bad situation. I don't care if they're black, white, Asian. I don't care what color anybody is. Like you know a bad situation when you're proposed with it, and separate yourself from it. That's the best we can do. I just can't. I don't know. We are a melting pot. That is the whole basis of the United States of America. We are a melting pot. So, I mean, I don't want to get into. Oh God, I might get into a whole other
You know what?
subtopic here where you were talking about like, you know, programs to help divide us. I mean, we don't want division. We are the United States. We're
I'm
not the
trying to do
divided
everything I
states of
can to
America.
bring us together. That's and you know, Chris, to help add onto a beautiful perspective on this. When I talked about my carjacking earlier, and I'll try to frame it to where it's not too. I'll edit properly. Yes, it's obviously here. I survived that incident. This is no
We're
bullshit
alive.
situation. I'm alive. And you know, when those two people took off and I ran behind this building, there were 4 teenage girls. 3 of them were, as we call it in society, of the world we live in. 3 of them were black and 1 of them was white. There were 2 employees inside that store. They were black, and there was a really big black guy driving this convertible Cadillac who chased those 2 guys down. There was a police officer, a woman police officer, who showed up to, you know, she was the first one to the, you know, they're called 911. Everybody there, except for myself, the teenage girl, we were the only 2 white people there. Sums it up to the end of the story. In other words, myself, my mom who came, and then the minority, I guess that's the less of. Okay, let's say there was 20 black and there was 1, 2, 3, 4 white people. At that time, because they were all people that cared about me, I felt safer around them, and I didn't think about the color of the skin. They were there because what they seen was wrong. Yes, it was 2 kids. You notice earlier when I talked about that earlier, I didn't bring any color into this topic. I said kids and guns. Just saying, folks.
Yeah.
They weren't the same color, by the way, of my skin. All I noticed was the guns. They were shiny as fuck.
Right.
So just thought I'd add that into it. I wanted to make that clear. But that was my story. That was my event. So could I have brought race into it? I was a dumb son of a bitch. So I hate racism. I hate certain words that are used today.
We can evolve past that. We can, but we still hold on to so much as a nation. We hold on to history, even though all we want to do is seemingly erase and forget history, but we still hold on to every single thing that was ever done. We use it for hate. We use it for every outlet we got. We use it to hurt other people. We can't let that shit go, but we don't want to be reminded of it at the same time. We want to get rid of the Holocaust. We want to get rid of down to 9/11. We want to get rid of all of it, but we still hold on to it. It's not cathartic. It's not. I don't know how to even describe it. I don't know why we do it. It's outrageous.
I have to apologize once again to everybody out there who's watching, listening. If I have been stepping over Chris, I do apologize. I always feel like I do that, and tonight I told him I would not do that. And
it's passionate subject. You have to.
So I'm going to take this time once again, Chris. I care about what goes on in your life. I care about what goes on in your family's life. And today I had a sense of he needs to talk about what's bothering him right now. Don't worry about who. In other words, if any subscribers, followers, if you have a problem with what I have said or anything that Chris has shared or what he said, if you don't agree with it, then all I ask is I wish the best for you. I wish no harm to you, but maybe it's probably time that you follow someone else and not pay attention to what we do in the future. We want to get back to the stuff that we love, what we're passionate about. But if you disagree with us, I would like to talk about it in the future. But if you're angry at us, then maybe it's time we split ways.
This is all of our country.
Yeah. I don't want you.
Sorry. We all inherited it. Sorry.
I wish we were all like Mr. Rogers.
The only way we can actually come to a common ground is to guess what, guys? Talk about it. Have discussions. There's a reason the Senate is what it is. There's a reason that they have their minutes to speak. Communication is the only way problems are solved. What's the alternative? We go around killing each other. What's the alternative? Diplomatically, I'm not going to say democratically, but diplomatically, you must have the conversation to come to an even ground. And if you can't do that, then it's never going to happen. It's never going to be equal.
And goodbye, America.
Well, you know, I mean, I don't know where that ideology
I
comes
like
from.
Taco about it. That sounds good right now. Sorry.
I don't know where that ideology comes from, where you can just write something off and just defer to the to the term Nazi. Like at what point do you give up the conversation and you start making insults? Like, Scott, you're winning the argument right now. I don't have a leg to stand on. I have no more facts. I have nothing that I can bring to you. You've clearly won. Scott, you're a Nazi. I hate you. Like, what does that have to do with anything? What part of the brain is that? That's so fucking wild to me. Like, at some point, you must just say, you know what? Maybe you got a point. That's the whole basis of America. If we aren't empathetic to everyone else in this country and come to a common ground and try to live together, we will be Rome. We will implode. We will be the Roman Empire. We will, I mean, every great empire destroys itself from the inside out. You don't have great empires that are conquered. You have great empires that just deteriorate from inside. And once it's deteriorated from the inside, then anybody can attack you and fucking, if we're too busy fighting each other, how are we going to fight a foreign invader or whatever else? Like, it's I hate it. I hate it so much.
It's an underdevelopment brain that says that. Maybe this is my underdevelopment brain. And by the way, I don't want you to think as soon as I read that, and shame on me if I'm reading this wrong or if I'm saying something that's out of context. This is the first year in 20 years I am not involved with an organization called Top Soccer. It's called the Outreach Program for kids that are mentally challenged, and I quote that for a reason. My son, he's done. He was in that organization for basically 20 years. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, the Nazi thing.
I think that was just a
vague,
like generalization.
Yeah. I'm trying so desperately to be careful with my words here, especially when it relates. Everybody gets this. When you think about your children or child, I think a lot of, at least a real mom or dad or mom, uncle or aunt, grandparent, that's when all of a sudden hopefully your true colors come in. You think carefully. You think of them before yourselves. even though my son's not in soccer anymore, now he has his new thing with bowling, and I still see those kids that I have seen for 20 years that were little. Now they're adults, but they're still kids to me. And that's just, you know how it is, parents, right? They're always going to be kids. And these are people that are mentally challenged because of the autism, Down syndrome. But yet they always find the beauty in humanity.
Yeah.
And I always feel like if we, the world, sometimes took the time to be involved with the, special needs, you would learn a lot from them. I mean, a lot. My son, who I worry about like any parent, and I could call the whole autism card out there, but I'm a parent. I should always be concerned about him. Yeah, he's gonna. I know, Darla, if you watch this later, yes, I'll say it out loud. It hurts. I know it sucks, but our son's gonna be 30 this year, but he's still our kid. But his maturity level, no disrespect to my son, he's still very much a child. But oh my God, if he could share his thoughts right now, he would blow our fucking minds. Because everything that I've talked about, and I don't want to say anything what Chris has said or what our viewers, our followers, our supporters, he would blow our minds right now, because I should say myself first, selfishly, I would probably learn a lot about what I've been blinded about tonight, about all the stupidity that we, the world, are seeing, and what we've been dealing with the past 24 hours. I'd give anything to understand from his level of autism, because it's pretty much yes, no, chicken nuggets, French fries, and Sprite. He doesn't hate anybody.
There's no room for that in his life.
No. This kid literally, if he wasn't here tonight, because we've done plenty of podcasts, Chris and I, when I'm here, and he's at his man cave, there's been plenty of times I hear him, but I hear him. He is in his computer. He's about I don't know, 15 feet away, and he's on his computer. He's doing YouTube. I shit you not, folks. And I'm like, how the fuck does he do this? He's on YouTube doing Sesame Street, and sometimes it drives me nuts because I hear the same thing over and over. And then he's got his whatever he's watching. It's usually Disney stuff, And then at late at night, folks, I shit you not, his ASMR is what we call it today. It's usually either Halloween. It's last weekend. It was Evil Dead.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes he'll throw a monkey wrench in it. That's his ASMR.
It's comfort. Yeah, that's his comfort.
My son, I won't let him watch The Exorcist. I just won't. It's just this whole. Just if you guys have watched The Exorcist, the part where Linda Blair has to say a certain line, fuck me. Yeah. I still have to occasionally put the parent. I know he's old enough, but no, he's still a kid. No, Zach, and he doesn't watch it. Thank God.
No, to that fact.
That's for our viewers out there. A little bit of information about my son.
To that fact, I mean, I'm jealous of that fact. There's no room for that in his life. He will not make room for that in his life. He will not. He won't even entertain the fact.
Oh, this is a good one. I'm listening to you, Chris. I'm also reading William's comment here.
Okay. No, that was pretty much the basis of it. It was just he won't even entertain it. It doesn't exist in his world, and he can just move on. It doesn't faze him at all. And that's fucking wonderful.
Oh, by the way, his first week, this is what his mother and I agreed on, because he's no longer going to the same location for his bowling because they're remodeling it. He actually goes to a place where it's further away. I'm saying that out of privacy and all that. And so every other weekend, kind of like what we do now, he's with me one weekend, he's with his mom or his grandmother's one weekend. Well, last weekend was his first weekend back. He almost got a turkey, and I was like, "Damn!" I actually was because he had 2 strikes, and sure as shit, it's right down the middle. He knocks 9 balls. I'm like, "Oh my god!" He almost got a turkey. That was the first one. I was like, "Ah!" But you know what? It's so cool. But I'll be glad when he's back to his old bowling alley. That's for sure. Like I said, privacy. I'm not going to say.
I know where.
Yeah. I think you are. That's the thing. If it is, we got people here right now in the chat room. They're like, yeah, I get it. It's the damn, the rest of the internet world. So, yeah, you're right. Zach has definitely figured it out. He really has. And you know what, Chris and I, we're going to be heading down to Cincinnati, actually technically Sharonville, Ohio, another suburb of Cincinnati, where we've already talked about earlier, Horror Hound Weekend, where we get to share some of the stuff that we're passionate about. That's the reason why I wanted to talk about. I was hoping Chris would get stuff off his chest, because I feel like if by talking about this stuff tonight, get it off his chest tonight, we can go back to what we love here as a whole, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Chris could say, all right, I'm brokenhearted, but I said what I had to say. Now I can focus on what I'm passionate about. And I got my buddies there with me. I got my wife there. I got my girls. I got Matthew, I hope, is going to be there with.
It's his fucking birthday. He better be there.
He better be there. He better be there. So if he's watching right now, Matthew, you better be there, buddy. I haven't seen you in a while, and I miss you. So you better be there, because we're excited about this as a whole. And Jake, oh my God, shame on me. This is the horror stuff that we love. And I'm hoping that's another reason why I'm going to be an asshole for our listeners out there and our followers, our community. This is for Chris tonight. I wanted him to get the shit off his chest so he can enjoy his weekend. Ha ha.
Yeah, it's been a weighing one on me. Just to see, I mean, I'm 42. This dude was 31. He's been more successful than I've been in my life. He's kind of got the values and
good. I'm glad to see that. Listen to you. This is kind of, it goes hand in hand.
Good. He's been more not strike that from the conversation. He's not been more successful. He's done more things, and he's been more interactive than I've been in my life, because I've dreamed about. I believe in the English language. I believe in the power that it can have, and I believe that conversation is important. I've always believed that since I was young. So to see a person that was using his voice as he was using it was always inspiring to me. It was always like, yes, thank you for going out there. I will throw another one in there, Ben Shapiro.
I thought about him a lot.
He's in that conversation as well, but I didn't identify with him near as much as Charlie. So
yeah,
Charlie was always like kind of the one that I would watch, and I would be like, oh, thank God there's someone out there saying the things that I think in my head. Thank God he's out there.
You related
and to see him cut down as he was, it's demoralized.
He helped me understand. It's almost, I think, okay, you guys know the show The Office, right, with Michael Scott, the comedy show and all that.
Yeah.
And there was an episode where he's like, can you explain it to me like I'm a 4th grader? And of course, when Oscar's trying to explain it, all right, can you explain it to me like I'm in kindergarten? Charlie, I honestly felt like if I went to him and I honestly felt like, hey, Charlie, can you help me understand this a little bit more? Like, can you explain to me like I'm a 3rd grader? And I don't think Charlie would have ever looked down on me on that. No. He would have helped me figure, this is what I'm trying to help. This is what, 3rd grader. All right, Scott, this is how I'm describing it to you. I'm like, oh, okay. Now I get, see, that was what I got from Charlie. That's what I got from Charlie.
That was the basis of one of his books. How to understand the Constitution as a 3rd grader. That was literally the title.
And I hate to say this, folks, but Charlie was My son's born October 4th, the day before OJ's verdict, 1995. Charlie was born 3 years earlier, I believe, 1992 in October. It really fucking, it's funny, I didn't know the actual, it's like, oh my God, it's so close. And it's so close to when it comes to music. I told myself, as if Edward Van Halen was saying, hey, pay attention to my son. I'm not here, but I guarantee you can still love my continuation of life by checking out my son. And Wolfie was born around that time. And Wolfie is blowing my mind away on his, oh my God, his dad warned us. You think I'm good?
That's great.
My son's going to blow you away.
That's great.
It's the same time.
What I want is, like, if I could have anything out of this, I would want that message, his message, to continue on. He believed in it wholeheartedly. Like, if we could even pass on like a slight bit of it, it just keep it alive a little bit longer. That's really, that's all I want out of that.
I wanted to bring this up earlier, and I got to make sure I bring it up before this podcast ends tonight, this live stream, which, by the way, before I do get it, thank you, everyone who's joined us tonight. You took the time out of your schedule, out of your routine, just because, Chris, we didn't know we were going to do this, so we didn't plan this. Dear Lord, we did not plan this. Oh my God.
I was rather reluctant because I knew I would be just mad. I didn't want to say anything that would alienate, the people who do watch
Our niche.
us.
Yeah. But I'm glad that I'm very thankful that we did this. But I'm thankful that you took the time to be a part of this. Not listen, but you did. And I try my best to share, like, right, do you see the similarities between the OJ verdict and the reaction? Selfishly, because like I said, my son was born. Oh my God, the OJ thing. Yes, I see what you're saying here. It's creepy. It's very creepy. But I want to thank you. I want to thank William. I want to thank Live Video Game Time, which you, like you said, you're close to Oregon. And others. Thank you guys. I know I was going to get something else, but thank you for supporting us, what we're doing here, even when we're not talking about Michael Myers, when we're not actually getting up there in man cave. What do we call it again? I even got the damn
man cave masks. MCM. Damn.
See, it's the alcohol. Alcohol can ruin your life.
No. We've only had like one beer.
It's the blonde hair that's still. No, I haven't had one beer.
Boy.
It's I'm getting older and I forget, where am I? I'm trying every excuse in the world. But seriously, thank you guys. And Chris, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. We were just trying to wrap it up here. Everyone out there.
Okay. Here you go.
Don't even give this the credence to let it affect your everyday life. Please don't. Don't stop being men. Don't stop being providers. Don't stop being protectors. Don't stop being who you are. Don't don't stop speaking your mind. I mean, if you guys have an outlet, if you guys have something that you believe in and you can get your voice out there, that's what he would say. He would say, do it. Charlie would say, go speak your mind. As long as you're doing it factually and it's true in your heart, then that's what he would ask you to do. If you got that, do it.
It's so perfect, as Chris was saying, everything he's talking about right there. You know what, Chris? This is beautiful right here. You found me through social media, through YouTube. No biggie, guys. Found you through Morgan, Chris WMP. I almost felt like wearing my T-shirt. Where is it? It's got 3 Jordan. I was like, I should have wore the red, white, and blue tonight. For WMP and all that.
Yeah.
It's in there. It's in spirit. Or shit. Chris found me through YouTube, and looky here, it's a chain reaction. Just sitting at home, and we will get more into the whole white mass production. Oh, there you go. You got Boca in the background right behind his shoulder.
See, there are beautiful things. There are beautiful things about social media.
Yeah, exactly.
As well as the negatives. It's just like life.
One more beer.
It's about the balance. It's about taking the good with the bad and then walking that thin line. That's great, dude. Morgan's my dude. I'm happy that he what?
What should I do?
Blinding, of course. Fuck. That's not even a question.
It's the only one I have left.
I'm out too.
Foggy Geezer.
Listen, we need to take a fucking road trip. And we need to fucking roll on up there to fucking Indiana, wherever that's at. And we need to fucking just sit outside and picket that shit because we've been pushing their shit for like a year now. We haven't heard a thing.
Exactly. This is an honor for Charlie. This is an honor for our supporters. This is an honor for Chris. This is me blinding the light out of it. This is going to be my last beer of the night, hopefully, because it's going to be a long day tomorrow if I don't.
Yeah.
Blinding Light has been our personal favorite outside of Rheingeist. Look, see, I personally have learned something. Folks, I know this sounds like a lonely guy, but I personally love a good head.
Man, that is a wow.
I've noticed the flavor from some good head.
I experimented with that. I did the whole head thing because I heard that it brings out more flavor. I don't know.
Thank you, William, for being a part of it. You know what? I every time I pour myself a Blinding Light, which I don't get to do as much, War Pigs, because we're here in Ohio.
Quit fucking
fuck you, Buckeyes. I know all you Buckeye fans right now are pissed off, and I'm saying this for a reason. It's the only goddamn team in the state that wins.
Oh, the poor Browns.
Yeah, they got beat by the Bengals by 1 point. And I'm a Bengals fan. You know what? I'm just being an asshole right now. I want more fucking Blinding Light in my life. I want more Blinding Light in Chris's life, because if we have more Blinding Light in our lives, you guys will see more positive attitude out of us.
How hard is
it? It smells better too.
How hard is to? I mean, you already got the 12 packs with the like 2 Blinding Lights in it. Just make the whole fucking 12 pack Blinding Lights, please. Quit making it a fucking mix pack, please.
I'm sorry.
Hey, that's my favorite, man. I second you on that one, man.
I should get back to music because it's the only thing that hasn't fucked me over yet.
Yep. Well,
what were we talking about, guys? I forget.
I think we're winding down.
That's right. We are winding down. Before I do shut the fuck up, is there anything else you wanted to share that I've interrupted so much tonight, Chris and William? Live video games, TV, and Mike, if you're still here, if there's anything else you wanted to share real quick, anybody that's watching us on, is it Facebook, X? I doubt it. If you want to say, you know what, you guys are completely wrong, then share it right now before Chris tells me to do something.
I want to express my thanks for Charlie. I want to thank him for being kind of a figure that gave me a little bit of light in some dark areas. He said a lot of things that I wish I could say to people, and he debated a lot of stuff that I felt like was a just cause. I feel like he was doing the right thing. I would say it always feels weird saying rest in peace or all that. But maybe he's finally at rest. Maybe he doesn't have to fight the fight anymore. Um, so I can't do nothing but think of his children. It's fucking me up.
Yeah, that's the thing that hurts me the most. And
So, I'm not gonna say that. I guess I'm just gonna say I hope he's at peace.
if anybody out there actually hears what I'm sharing right now, and I'm going to do my best not to sound like I'm talking out of my ass. If you are still angry and saddened about what happened, think about his wife, think about his 2 girls, and this is going to read, but this is, I'm sorry, this is what it is. You got 2 girls that are not going to be able to, they're not going to get to see their dad. So if that pisses you off, if it makes you sad, if that hurts you at all whatsoever,
What?
don't get
Ooh,
angry
see,
at
I'm getting fucking angry.
You're getting angry, and then I get it. But
I'm
take
getting
a
real
moment.
fucking angry. What right did that person have to?
What? Yes, we hopefully they capture him. And there's other things that this voice in my head says, "Don't go there, Scott. Don't go there." But I'm thinking of as the whole picture. If you want to do anything you can to help the next parent or child lose a loss, then start listening, start observing, start talking, start doing whatever you can to bring some sensibility of what you could possibly help control. And I know sometimes it can be dangerous, but if you believe you have enough common sense to help this world be a better place, then maybe that's what you should do. I don't know. I'm no savior here, but I can't help but think of his wife and his 2 daughters. And I'm just thinking of the next day or the next 30 minutes because you know as well as I do, you could go out there in the fucking living room right now or downstairs or
those
upstairs,
fucking,
and there's going to hear somebody got, what, in your neighborhood.
those fucking babies. His babies don't even. That's what kills me right now. They don't even know. Right now.
And that's another reason why I feel like Chris, I want to be selfish. Don't mean anything against the community right now, our listeners. And that's another reason why I feel like he needed to talk about this stuff. Because when you see photos, any photos, the photos that we should see of from Charles, James Kirk, can't help but think of Star Trek, right? Which is cool. With his wife and his 2 daughters. Now imagine that being your 2 kids. I automatically went there in my head, and I'm not going to shy away from it. But that's why I said earlier, I'm glad I get to be around Chris's daughters this weekend, just because I can't help but think about what happened yesterday, the eve of September 11th. And I think about my son too.
When's it enough? When?
Good question.
When are we ever gonna do you know what? That's enough. Fucking when? Fucking sick of it.
I'm fucking sick and tired of. Yeah, okay. And we will have to come to an end, obviously. But I gotta add this in because I have to. And maybe it's in your hometown too. But I used to when I was younger, I used to go down to Cincinnati, Ohio to celebrate, to have a good time with my friends, enjoy a football game, or I would make fun of the football game. My whole point of it is I used to go down to Cincinnati to celebrate, to have a good time. And I did not once think twice about the ignorance that goes on, just like it's in Dayton, Ohio, where I'm like 15, 20 minutes away, or when I have to go to Columbus, Ohio with work. In other words, I think that's another reason why a lot of people are angry today, because they can't do certain things that I used to do. They can't go to certain events without fearing their lives or hearing about, oh, there was this that happened this weekend. Or, like in Cincinnati, Ohio, where it wasn't too long ago when there was a big, ordeal and it ended up being a whole racial thing because it was just basically a bunch of drunk people beating the crap out of other people. And it's embarrassing because I'm always going to have love for Cincinnati, Ohio. I have a lot of fond memories down there. And I'm sure you can relate to your hometown, maybe a city that maybe you've gone to, maybe when you were younger. And I'm just tired of this shit. Every city in the United States should fucking shine. Every city. Because like I said earlier, the last time here in the United States in 2001, September 12th, 2001, is when we united as a country. 24 years is way too fucking long for us to unite. 24 years. We should be ashamed of ourselves. We should be. We got to stop fighting. We got to stop being ugly. We got to stop disagreeing. We got to start listening and maybe learn something from one another. I'm not talking about politics. I'm just talking about the human soul, the heartbeat,
Humanity.
what makes us why we're here. And so we can love our country again and be proud again and understand what we're defending from every amendment. And that's coming from somebody who's not very well educated. I think I put everybody to sleep, Chris.
No, I think it's just the somber nature of the discussion. There's only so far we can take it.
I mean, dear Lord, Disney's fucked up Star Wars. No wonder the shit's gone to hell in a handbasket.
I saw pictures. I haven't seen a.
Tell you what, I hate to be rude. If you guys, I know, but this is interesting. Okay, I gotta go do the man thing. Do a number one. But if you guys could talk about this, and then maybe we should end this. But this is really, wow. Let me go. We got to do what we got to do. But if you wouldn't mind talking about this, Chris, I'll bring it up if I can here in a moment.
Huh. I'm trying to see if I can. Trump released info. Man, Trump's on the. Well, it's not X or it's not Twitter anymore. It's X, right? So he's on the X bandwagon. He's really releasing some shit lately, ain't he? Real fast. I don't see a name. Is this something that you could provide? Game TV.
Oh boy. So what's going on here? Damn it. Okay.
I'm not sure. You know how Trump loves his ex making his posts and stuff like that.
Sadly,
supposedly he released some information.
I'm going to go over to X real quick because we're live on X right now. That is so cool. I actually figured it out tonight. But here we go. Let's see. So you said Trump released something. I'm on a different screen, so I apologize here, folks.
I mean, I can see the guy's face, but I don't see a name still.
Okay. Help just real quick. What do you said something about Trump? I'm just putting in search for.
I'm taking that to assume that he posted that like on his official site.
I'll put Trump named. Okay, no, it's Epstein. I'm so fucking tired of hearing about that shit. I'm be honest. I'm sick of it.
We'll never get that list now.
It's like it's a revolving door. Okay, I know it's fucked up. I get it, but we can't.
We'll never get that list now.
I'm not an expert when it comes to X. I understand as soon as you fart, it's going to be on X. especially if you're a celebrity.
Really?
Name the I mean that apparently their algorithm is just amazing when it comes to
See, this is exactly what I was talking about just a minute ago. This is how fast. How long do you think it was before they had the name of JFK's shooter after the?
it's I know it's funny how we always try to figure out a way, especially with my there is an individual where okay, it sucks right now. This is okay. This is a part of growing up. I have to deal with different personalities with where I work at. Not a handful. There we go. And with a handful of different personalities, look, I have to sympathize for the fact that they're all going to have their perspectives on what happened last night. And where I work at, I definitely have there is an employee there that's far left, and there's an employee there far right. But when they're not talking about politics, they actually do get along. They tolerate one another. Sorry. Ironically, the one person who I was preparing for some shitty comments. What happened yesterday? He didn't say anything that I thought was going to be that. In other words, I knew as a supervisor, I also knew as someone has a mortgage, who has a child to take care of, a dog, electricity, who also has to take care of his share of paying for bills for YouTube. I guess that's the best way to put it. Knew I had to keep my mouth shut and know when to blow the whistle, if that makes any sense. But the person that I was expecting to hear some rude comment about Charlie, he actually surprised me this morning and said, "That is so fucked up what happened to that man." And I was shocked to hear that person say it, because I thought he was going to do what other people have done on TikTok or X, where they're celebrating the loss of someone that was assassinated, because he is traditionally what we're seeing right now like that. But no, he thought it was really messed up. And he also said something that I was actually glad to hear him say. They should not be posting those videos of his assassination on social media.
That's good.
So that's where I want to
he's
applaud
still
somebody.
intact with his humanity.
Yes. And he is definitely someone who's very supportive from the transgender, LGB, whatever, XYZ. I'm not trying to sound like a dickhead. I just can never keep up with the whole thing. That's just me. But the fact that he said that, because it just tells me he has a fucking pulse. He has a soul. And when he said that children should not be seeing that resonated. And ironically, the one person who I would probably agree with more, she was so disgusted because of what some young kid said about a certain thing. And I'm like, I told her, I said, don't go there. Just do yourself a favor. Think about other things that are important in your life that have nothing to do with him. He's a young kid. Just do yourself a favor. Because I knew she was upset. And I started thinking to myself, maybe that's why I now have the supervisor position, or AKA the babysitter position. I'm like, wow, I'm impressed with myself all of a sudden. I was ticked off just like everybody else, but I knew there's a time and place. And that's the whole moral of there's a time and place for everything. There really is. Think about what's most important, folks. Just like if I was about to see Chris go through a fucking brick wall, I would try to tell him real quick, I know you're pissed off, I know you're disgusted, and I know you're feeling and seeing red at the same time, but think of your girls, think of your wife, and think of everything.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm just trying to paint a narrative there.
Yeah. absolutely would be forefront in my mind, but
Sorry, I couldn't find the information on that, but hopefully by tomorrow they'll have the motherfucker in cuffs.
When you see someone that lines up with your ideals and kind of, I mean, not every ideal, obviously, but a vast majority, like you would agree with, you kind of start seeing like damn, this could be a guy, I would probably go out, hang out with, and we would probably. You start seeing yourself in people. You start developing empathy. You start developing like I don't know the best word for it, but to see him cut down like that and see his legacy just cut short, it really bothered me.
Yeah, it during the conversation that I had with somebody who I'm not going to always agree with, but at least when I get him to calm down and I get myself to calm down, when we have conversations, when we meet each other in the middle, kind of start at the beginning.
Mhm.
And I'm not my whole point. What was he? I brought up JFK. And even he's younger than me. He's younger than my son. And he's like, that's exactly what I thought of. Because let's face it, in American history, when we come to assassinations and when it comes to assassinations, what we've seen with our own two eyes, shit, go to YouTube right here. It is gruesome as I don't need to tell you. And watching what happened yesterday through all the angles, and my phone's on the charger.
It was another Zapruder. It was another Zapruder film.
And I'm sure a lot of you I got to bring, because it's so funny because I know we're trying to, come to an end here because we all have lives, right?
Yeah, right.
But it's like, seeing on X now, they're showing the possibilities of people that were behind Charlie. Yeah, because I've heard, the signs, the signals, like where there, I'm butchering. Chris, help me out there.
No, I mean that's completely. That could be anything from people's like ticks to a simple itch, a bug we didn't see on them.
Hat thing.
I mean, Lord knows. I'm not ruling it out. I'm just saying the way there's another one where the guy's off to the side and he's like he has his arm under his or his hand under his arm, and they're saying he's the shooter. How the fuck is that possible? The guy was to the right. He gets shot in the left of the neck, like right here. Like, what are you talking about? It's another magic bullet. What are you fucking smoking right now?
We go through this time after time after time. The magic bullet, JFK, just like, and oh God, I have to.
So
it's a part of history.
Let me finish that thought, because what happened, if you are experienced with rifles or handguns, this obviously wasn't a handgun. This was a rifle from hundreds of yards away.
Did they say 200 yards?
I don't know the actual yardage, but this was far away because you heard the snap. When you hear the snap, you got to count kind of backwards because sound echoes, right?
Yes, it's not. Help me out here, folks.
So you gotta kind of count from the moment of impact from the snap. So when you do that, and then you look at the actual, I'm getting forensic on shit. I don't know why, but when you look at the size of the hole that it made, that is clearly a.
I'm just thinking of the video, watching the video. Fuck.
That's either a 308 round or that's a 30-06, which is.
It's just his body reaction is so fucking a nightmare.
No, what happened is it hit him, probably paralyzed him because he lost all motor functions.
Okay, Williams.
If it went through and severed the spine, then he became paralyzed instantly.
Watched it.
You know what I'm saying? But that was very clearly I want to say that was either a 308 or that was a 30-06. One of them very commonly. And then I want to go further. I think that was from an incline position. And I would say maybe it was a shooter that wasn't familiar with bullet drop, when you have a bullet that's that heavy, you have to compensate. That's what those little mill dots are for. You pull up on the scope so that the mill dots compensate for bullet drop. So I think either he was aiming for the head and it dropped down to the neck, or from an incline position, he was aiming for center mass and it just hit higher than he projected. It doesn't. Everybody says that was a experienced sniper shot. Not so much. We have so much technology now. We have scopes. We have so much, so many high tech, like we have so many things that we can compensate with it. It's now like a basic shot.
I
Like,
yeah, I
it's
actually
not iron sights.
I was listening to a show that I've listened to since I was in my 20s. There was um, a man who's very well known. In other words, he had a guest on there that was a part of the whole. In other words, he doesn't see this being a professional assassin just for the simple act of how it was done. If it was a professional assassin, the individual wouldn't have done it in a crowd. He wouldn't have
It's
left so many, traits of, of what we have and what we have
right.
seen.
He wouldn't have dumped the rifle in the woods.
Yeah, he would have. A professional assassin would have done this at a Starbucks compared to something like this. What they were describing. I did come across here, and I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I'm not going to go there. It's just something that's posted because as well as you can go on X and all that, and it says a leftist asshole rode through a Charlie Kirk visual on a scooter in front of Idaho State Capitol, yelling "F Charlie Kirk." He was promptly, basically, this crowd beat the crap out of him. They're showing the video of it, and folks, I'm just telling you right now, everybody's watching, right? You could go to Twitter or X, formerly known as Twitter, and they will put shit up on there that will just, you'll be shocked. It's almost like it's the underground internet on X anymore. It really is. This is where it's like, I really wish they'd take a lot of this shit down. Think of your kids.
Mhm.
Your kids don't need to see. And let's face it, our kids they're better with the damn phones than we are. They still are.
I remember being that age. I remember going to video stores and renting Faces of Death.
Oh yeah.
I remember being intrigued.
You can watch
I
that on TV
remember
now.
I remember all that
Once again,
because it was the most taboo subject, other than sex. Of course, death was the most taboo subject. You want you as a kid, your curiosity takes you to places that are unsafe, and it creates a psychosis inside your head. It's a vicious circle. I
I gotta
mean,
click off this right now.
imagine how easy, if we had this at our fingertips, imagine how fucked up we would be now.
I'm seeing just video clips of Charlie with his daughters.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere.
They're just. I actually came across something too earlier that just got me out of this right now. I heard some person that said, "I don't feel a bit sorry for this." They brought in. There's a lot of people right now that are constantly getting, and I don't have any sympathy for what happened to. He brought this up to himself. I'm like, oh my God. As she is using the First Amendment, freedom of speech on TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm
Have you
putting
seen the
Daniel,
the rifle that was recovered? Have you seen?
I've just heard about it on, what I normally listen to, because that's when you were talking about it. I know.
No, supposedly there's transgender
Yes.
stuff wrote all over it, as well as anti-fascist,
Let me
because
get
they
caught up.
always call them on fascists.
Caught up on what our viewers, our community is saying here. Sorry, I have my wheel. I think this damn. I'm used to something that's not that. Let's see here. Agreed. 20-year, and then of course you're spot on, Chris. Mike, Mike, who is just going to take away that mask that Chris wants to give. I had so much fun with that, watching the edit later. That was so fun. I was trying to be the Andy Kaufman of that, by the way, folks. I should have not shared that, but I was having too much fun with it. Chris has got this beautiful mask that he's wanting to give away here. And of course, Mike kept on teasing, that's going to be mine. But here's Mike again.
We need to do some B-roll, some kind of a, we need to put your touch on that. You need to do some video footage of it.
I thought I did. It actually got more views than the actual live stream itself. That's because people, I get it. You're not going to sit there and watch, but
you did?
Yeah.
Of this one?
Oh, what we're doing right now? Hell, I'm not that far ahead. But no,
right. Not this.
Yeah, I did some B-roll. I think I did a little tease about how I was having like, no, you're not giving that mask away. And I think Mike even left a comment like, that mask is mine and all that. And I think it was during the live stream, like, no, Mike, you can't have that. It's because it is a gorgeous, there is, in all seriousness, Mike, if of course, I'm hoping you're still here, or anybody's still watching or listening, the mask that Chris is giving away for the next giveaway. I hate to say ours because Chris paid for it. And another reason, at that time, I'm thinking, wait a minute, that's Rick Ramby's right there too. It is a gorgeous mask. You guys see it on video. Even Chris is like, holy, he's talking about with the camera, his new camera and all that.
Right.
It's, but selfishly, when I go over to Chris's house, that mask always captures it has something to do with the eye cutouts too. But, whoever wins that mask,
Rick did his thing.
You're so lucky whoever wins that mask. You get to listen to that little me like, no, not that one. Let's see here. Is this okay, Scott? I've been watching your videos. Oh, yes. It's funny. I think I watched that one on. Yeah, it's. Oh my God.
That's inspiring. Ben Shapiro is coming out, and he's saying,
I have been worried about him.
He's saying we're going to start picking up on these debate campus tours even harder now. And he says, fuck you.
And that's why we're all here right now. Not just Chris, because we have the video camera, but that's why we're here. Keep that in mind. We got to stand up against this bullshit. Or if anything, don't make two wrongs to make a right. If somebody that that's going to be anti, and they should listen to them. I don't want something harm to come to you. But maybe you, in a private conversation, you guys can figure out how to come to a balance to where no harm comes to anybody else.
Do not go quietly into that good night. That's
and
my
William,
message.
You claim that mask already.
Rage against the dying of the light.
Yes, we need Horror Hound, Daniel. We need it. We all. And you think about it, the people out there, and it's so cool, and because we have to educate them. Oh, that horror, creepy stuff. I don't know why you guys like it. It's disgusting. Right now, this shit that's not real. We need it because it's fun. I need a little bit of that fake shit so we can laugh, so we can just take a break from the real world. We are all Charlie Kirk. You know what? We need to come up with some Kirk t-shirts. We're all, I think that's what it is. It's so, okay, guys, this is how I heard about it yesterday. The job that I have, I go into Moon Store, I listen to podcasts, and then I'll listen to my local, or what I call the original podcast here in Southern Ohio, 700 WOW. And they were talking about some UFO spottings again. Now there was something about Orb Ordeal, about how there was this.
Oh God, I heard about
yeah. And then I'm leaving.
It split a Hellfire missile in half, supposedly.
Yeah, and what confused the shit out of me, folks, Daniel. Very seldom do I ever get it right, Daniel. But what confused the shit out of me, I'm hearing about this orbital thing, and you think, space, the final frontier. And I come back in, and then I hear this just in, and then they give out Charles' full name, Charles James Kirk. And you think of Star Trek, James T. Kirk.
Right.
And the radio personality that I listened to quite a bit, he was confused about too, because he started thinking about Star Trek. And then he started putting the pieces together. That's, it's kind of, where were you at 24 years ago? It's like, where was I at when we lost Charlie? And it was the whole space. And then I listened to it on the radio, and I immediately come home, feed my dog, blah, 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 to go and pee, and I turn on YouTube and all the stuff that I watch. Meg and Ryan, God damn, I love her to death. She's got balls more than most men this day and age. I listened to her podcast, watched it on YouTube. She even said it. She was so emotional yesterday on her podcast that she does, because in 2 weeks, her and Charlie was going to go to another university to do exactly what Charlie was doing today. She was very close to Charlie. And Megan, she's just so fucking pissed off right now of what's going on in the world.
Yeah. Rightfully so. Rightfully fucking
The
so.
Hellfire Mrs. Okay, the bout off the UFO split off the single large pieces. It's insane. There's no doubt about it. I can't thank you guys enough.
Yeah, I
Seriously.
don't fucking know. I don't know what that means. I don't we're in a time right now.
Saturday,
We're in a
by the way.
world right now where shit that people used to get locked up for, when they used to say they saw a UFO, we would consider them fucking insane. We live in a world right now where fucking UFOs are being discussed in Congress, in the Senate.
Even Trump said he'd bring out some of that ET shit if it's real.
What the fuck? What's happening right now? We live in a world where that is accepted right now, and we're actually like having discussions about it.
Yeah, we're here talking about humanity, what used to be humanity.
What?
What the fuck are they calling it now? It's not UFOs. It's something like UBN or some. I don't.
Oh, like
know.
UVAs or I don't.
I'm gonna be old school gangster. I'm gonna bring that back. Old school gangster. Fucking UFOs.
I mean, they
That's
made
right.
movies on that.
I'm bringing the X generation. Ow, that hurt. That's X generation. It's UFOs, motherfuckers.
That used to be our source of like
pieces.
Fire in the Sky. We watched that movie. It was
God, yeah. I'll tell you what, when they did that shit to his eyes,
all these UFO movies, those were our sources. That's where we got our news stories from. Like, holy shit,
and
Unsolved Mysteries, something like that. Now they're actually discussing it.
Yeah,
fucking wow.
It's no wonder Steven Spielberg is fucking brilliant. You think about it. He brought us Jaws. Jaws fucked me up as a kid. I still fucking hate great white sharks. Then he brings us ding, 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 ding. Did I? Oh my God, I'm butchering music right now.
I'm here for it.
I'm butchering it, folks. Oh my God, shame on me. And I've been practicing my chords and everything else. Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
UAPs.
It's
William says. So wait a minute. So what does UAP stand for?
It's the new LQGB fucking. Here we go.
Unidentified aerial phenomena.
So we got Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and then E.T.
Why?
And of course, Schindler's List.
Why did we change that?
Okay, Scott, what is your favorite leaf? Oh, God. What is your favorite leaf singer? You have to go over to Meet Us in the Man Cave Sounds and Spirits for that one. This is, oh my God. Okay, Edward Van Halen's my favorite Van Halen lead singer. Oh yeah. I'm glad you asked that question. Bring some fun into this. You know, my favorite lead singer for Van Halen is if DMX fronted him right now. Oh, Chris, there you go.
That would be a fucking wild ride.
Oh my
wouldn't it?
God. I can see, oh my God. I can see from everything I've heard about from where Chris talked about DMX. Oh my God. I could see Eddie and DMX have some fun in some studios right there.
That would be fucking hilarious.
Oh, I love, seriously, that would be interesting. I really would. I love David Lee Roth as he was, let's face it, he was the guy that really gave the engine of that band. He was the guy that gave the that's what people want to go see at the beginning. But then when they seen Edward, I mean, David Lee Roth also told Eddie, turn your back to the audience. Don't let those other lead guitarists see what you're doing. You know what? I tell you what, I could go down a fucking, oh my God. Thank you for asking, but I'll leave that for another time because I love Sammy at the same
To be
time.
fair, Daniel, I think that needs its own episode. Sounds and Spirits, to be precise. I think that needs to have its day in the sun. I think that's what
We've lost them. Yeah.
I think that's what Scott in particular is working up towards. We want to do that episode. Just I have a lot to learn. He's obviously got way more knowledge on me than
I'm still chasing Eddie's tones. If that answers anybody's questions.
we're gonna do that. We're still working up to the Cure episode still.
Oh my God, yeah. We talked
I'm
about
ready. I'm ready.
Man Cave
I'm ready.
Mass. We talked about music. It's everybody's watching who's a part of the community right now. I hope you get it. You got your day jobs, and this is what we have fun here.
Yeah.
But I instinctively always try to think outside of my box. What is Chris doing right now? Chris technically has more responsibilities than I do. I don't have, and no. Okay. This is where you, Danielle, and William, and I want to see who else is here. I haven't seen it in a while, but I'm okay. Okay, we got live video game TV. If you're still here listening, this is where you play a small little violin for Scott. Okay, and action. I'm automatically thinking about Chris right now when we do a podcast. He's got his wife, he's got his 2 daughters, he's got 4, who knows how many pit bulls at this point, because I'm always thinking of the chickens and the hens. And now every time I go over there, I'm like, is that a fucking turkey over there? I mean, you never know. It's like Green Acres is. So I have to think outside the box of the responsibilities of my partner in crime here. I could easily get on the podcast and start saying, hey, this is blah, blah, blah. And today's podcast is going to be about Michael Myers. What kind of shit did he actually do to other people? But it wouldn't be the same without Chris. So that's why we don't instinctively start a podcast right away, because I'm just talking out of my ass right now because I'm giving excuses why our podcasts don't come up religiously like they should. Look, I love this right here. We got the small file.
The gabagoo.
Yeah. I'm making excuses out of my ass. I know, but look, Chris, we love doing this shit, right, Chris? It's just, everybody else gets in our way. We can't do it constantly. the cat's the I get that. I really do.
Man in the moon.
We'll shock the shit out of you. We will when we start getting the stuff that who said we were going to do.
You know what it is kind of right now? The fucking just the time of year. The time of year is a busy time of year. When we go into the winter months, I feel like we're more consistent. Obviously due to the weather and everything else, but
yeah,
the content is there. We just gotta get our shit together, guys. That's really all it is.
I guess I'll say it out loud now while we're doing this. I'll just have to push myself every once in a while. After a week of work, I'll have to do, because I try my best not to interrupt Chris, because you guys get it. You're busy with your day in the life, Monday through Friday or whatever. And you're not
We
going
want it
to
to be fun, though.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll try to remind myself every once in a while. I'll go like this on the phone. So, Chris, are we going to do a podcast about like we promised about? We'll finally get to the curve shit. And he'd be like, I know he's thinking he wants to do it.
Oh, I'm
but
ready. I'm ready. Let's do it.
I'm
See,
thinking
but
of
then we
Natalie and the
got
girls
this
right
weekend.
now.
This weekend,
Oh, that's already planned.
yeah, that's gonna be. I mean, we will have content that's gonna be great, and we're gonna have a blast. But we can't do it this weekend. Maybe next weekend.
Yeah, exactly. What we're doing is post this weekend. And I can't wait. I know we can't wait to share that with you guys. Yeah, our next podcast should be on music. It really should, because at the same time we'll be editing, the horror hound stuff and all that.
Right. Right.
Yeah, Chris, we got to. Well, right here, right now, live right here, right now. That's a whole Van Halen thing. Promise we'll get to the Cure, and then we'll get to the other musical. I hope you. Hey, you know what? Real quick, Daniel William, live video games. I want to know from you, please, right now. Are you guys into hip hop, rap? Do you guys love the value, the history of DMX? I need an answer right now. Be honest. Be brutally honest. I don't care.
What
I need to
genre do
know.
you guys listen to?
Exactly. And if you are into that stuff, let me know.
Because
Because
I dabble in all of them.
we do, but I want to help Kristen, get that, inspiration of, come on. I'm impatient right now. I'm excited. If when this head starts thinking about music, all of a sudden I can't slow down. Oh, here we go.
Ooh,
Okay, here we go. There you go.
Everything.
There we go.
Everything. Wow. Just his entire story. He grew up without any helping hands. He earned his entire life himself. When he first came out, he was very, very dedicated to his wife and his children growing up. He had an ideal for his circumstances. He had an ideal path. He was sonic testosterone, which, me being raised by a mother, I felt like I needed a man. I needed male influence. He taught me how to be assertive, how to be a man, how to operate in certain circumstances. You're talking about a guy who literally got his record contract while his jaw was wired shut. How do you rap when your jaw is wired shut? Is that not fascinating? That was literally the story. He had gotten beaten up by a couple, actually 2 or 3 guys. He got jumped before he was going in to do his audition for Def Jam, and he walked in there and his entire entire jaw was wired shut, and he had to rap, and he got his record contract based on that. That is powerful.
Have you had toothache before? How miserable that is.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Okay, obviously, Daniel started off, and then we've had, just to be on the safe side, he listens to it all. He goes into, I prefer old hip hop versus current. I'm not.
There you go, right there.
My tradition of
Poetry.
See, I am a blues, rhythm and blues guy. That's the family tree where it started for me, and my 80s background of rap, I guess you could say. So I get it right there. So I want to make, that's the old fart coming out right there. And then they used, here we go, Chris.
It was street poetry. They wrote poetry, and I was writing my own poetry at that time. So it's
a good question coming up here soon.
I love rap for that very, You can get into all the syllable counts, and you can get into all the mathematical equations going behind the scenes. But in order to make a great rap record, I mean, it needs to be poetry.
And this is going to bring into Sounds and Spirits. It's going to relate to the music itself.
Can I address that real fast?
Yes, because it's going to add into what I want.
He said, didn't Kanye do that too?
Yeah, I'll share that real quick.
True. Kanye was in a car accident. He didn't get jumped by anybody, but he was in a car accident, and he had the same situation. His jaw was all jacked up, and it was wired shut. And he released that song called "Through the Wire" because he was rapping through fucking all the wires in his mouth. DMX did it in 1997. Kanye, 2000 something, 2010, I think. I don't remember the exact date. So yeah, just different timelines, but same type story. Same.
I'm going to bring it up in Sounds and Spirits in one of our episodes in the future, and I'm hoping that anybody out there is
highlight Jake's.
Yeah, I'll bring that up in there. Hip hop and rap at the beginning had just like what a lot of, I'm going to say late or 70s. You had some of the original underground hip hop rap artists that they would write their own lyrics. They would come from their own underground sounds and their own true stories.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you got from a lot of music back today? And it's gone throughout history, technically speaking. You've had a lot of individuals. You've had like 2 or 3 individuals that would write songs for like 50 artists.
Yeah.
And 2 producers that were responsible, and 1 management that, oh my God, I'll bring that up in the future. I know I will, because I've been very agitated.
Those are called ghostwriters.
Yeah. And
this is why that was one of the most hated things DMX ever had.
And that's why I try my
DMX
best.
said, if you didn't write it, you ain't got no business fucking saying it.
And that's why I try my best to be not mean about Taylor Swift, but she is one of very many who's had an individual that's wrote a lot of songs for her. I know she has written her own songs. I know she has, but she has. I'm trying to be kind about. I'm going to wait for Sounds and Spirits on that stuff. I really am, because I've got some facts on that shit. I really do. I don't, when it comes to music, I don't bullshit about that. I don't bullshit about a lot of things, but music, okay.
So
let's get to this.
All right. So William brought up Nas. I love Nas. I will always love Nas.
Make sure
that was one of
these here real quick.
That was one of
Sounds and Spirits gonna be awesome.
There was one of that was
There's
one
a lot of people throwing stuff here.
You're killing me. That was one of the greatest debut albums in hip hop, period. Nas's debut. Nas, DMX, obviously. It's Dark and Hell is Hot, but those 2 albums, probably one of the greatest. And then Game TV, Eminem. I mean, my God, Eminem is probably the greatest living rapper we have. I mean, he's just phenomenal. There's not no more to say. I obviously latched on to Eminem growing up because I was a white kid growing up, and I was kind of in the hip hop culture. I mean, we did our breakdance and we did our thing out there. I would write. I was not a fucking rapper. I couldn't rap, but I could fucking write my ass off. I got notebooks full, and Eminem was one of the big ones that I definitely latched onto. He's a phenomenal artist.
Chris, you are in trouble. You've got some fans right here already that are really looking forward to hearing you talk about some DMX. I say trouble in a good way.
Tupac. William, not enough can be said
Oh,
about Tupac, buddy.
I am
love
so
Tupac.
glad that you guys are into this stuff because I've been teasing Chris about he needs to do like kind of where I finally shut the fuck up and Chris gets to just get into it right here. Oh wow. Oh, Scott, did anything inspire you to play? Oh hell yeah, brother. Eddie and others. I'll get into that. This is the beautiful thing. See, this is what we've been obviously heavily talking about during this live stream about the left and the right, of course, the middle. Chris is about poetry, the lyricism. I have always been drawn to tones, sounds, and you need both in order to have what we
I was
fall in
about
love
to
with.
say that. Isn't that what makes a band?
Yeah. That's what we fall in love with our favorite songs, with our favorite art. Okay, today in 2025, probably one of the most original female artists. Original. You're going to hear this from me in 2025. I'm just not saying she's the only one. And it's not like I'm crazy about what she has out. And then is that
Would you say her name, please?
Billie Eilish.
Okay. Okay.
Her and her brother are responsible for the music that's created, not some other fucking writer, songwriter, or producer. Now, I don't jerk off to her shit, but I've got to give credit where credit is due.
I respect it.
I'm just being honest. I'm just saying I respect the fact that she is what
You know what?
in the old school. She and her brother write the music.
You know what? All I see every time I look at Billie Eilish,
but hell yeah, he's what inspired me.
all I see is a new version of Fiona Apple, and Fiona Apple is one of my favorite artists.
That's another subject that Chris is going to talk about. Fiona Apple.
She's one of my favorite female artists ever. She doesn't make as much music now, but I love that chick. One of her dogs passed away. This is a fucking random story, but one of her dogs passed away while she was on tour. She canceled the entire rest of the tour, flew home, and stayed with that dog until it died. And she hasn't toured since.
That dog was her child.
Huh?
That dog was her child.
Oh, yeah.
Child. Chris brought up something that's going to be, I'm still searching. We talked privately, and Chris is probably like, oh shit, you remember? Possibly kind of like a top 5, like maybe albums that saved your soul. I'm going to kind of paraphrase.
Okay.
I have got so many, and I'm going to put this Eddie, go ahead and take a cigarette break. I've got like I've got albums that kind of saved my time of a heartbreak or a band. Depeche Mode. Fucking love. I need to order that goddamn album. I order stuff now on vinyl, not on live stream. Fuck that shit. I'm going back to my old age of vinyl. And I'm hoping that it comes up available again, Depeche Mode 101. And that album kind of got me through a heartache. So that's a teaser down the road of Saved Your Life. And me, I'm going to use a heartache. So love Depeche Mode 101.
B.I.G.
Who the F is this? Oh, help me out here, guys. I see some lyrics going on there. Am I seeing this as some lyrics there? Okay, because I'm terrible at that stuff. Like I said, I chase tones. I chase tones, not lyrics.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Oh, no. Notorious. Is that Duran Duran? Am I thinking that right? Duran. No, Notorious. Am I fucking this up, guys? Am I being the old fart here that's screwing shit up?
No, you're on track. Christopher Wallace Notorious B.I.G. Great rapper. He never clicked with me. I was always more of a Tupac fan. But great lyricism. Had a great cadence. He had a great flow. I mean, he was a great rapper. I just never identified with his life. I never could really get on track with anything, and what he was actually rapping just didn't resonate with my life. So I never really considered him to be that great. Maybe I'm in the minority here. I'm not sure. But, when the whole East Coast versus West Coast thing came around, I knew which side I was on. I was, you know, I love Tupac. So that decided which side I was on. Everybody sampled in hip hop. I mean, that's just now we're at a point where they sampled like Motown and all the old records. They sampled those, and the kids coming up now are sampling the sample. It's like fucking. I mean, how many times can we reuse shit? It's getting outrageous. Nothing's original anymore.
If I watch this later, I'm gonna be annoyed by saying this. And I'm going to pretend I hit that fucking button, okay? Because Chris and I could go on for hours after I hit that fucking button, after he tells me hit that fucking button.
Yeah.
So you guys get to hear behind the scenes. Okay, I'll show this real quick. Okay, I hit that fucking button. Click. Chris.
Click.
You know what?
Hit me.
You're fucked. In a good
fucked.
way. You're fucked
good.
in a good way.
Buy me dinner first. That's all I ask.
That's right. I'll buy you dinner. I got some. If it was Denny's, oh my God, you would be sore later.
I need to have a full belly before I get fucked. All right.
You were fucked in a good way because we have got and this is all due respect to Charles Kirk. We are all going to love and miss him. We're going to stand pride for him. But I have a gut feeling Charlie Kirk. Sorry, put your names. I have a feeling this man loved music as well. But we're getting more samples of questions that are thrown up in the air. Boom, 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 boom. Throwing at Chris bigger and shit right now. So, Chris, you're fucked. When it comes to sounds and spirits, he's fucked in a good way where we have to talk about certain topics in the future on sounds and spirits.
Mm-hmm.
And that's an exciting good fucked right there because let's face it. If you had
that's
yeah. So
Pac
they keep on coming in. They keep.
Pac didn't go gangster until Death Row Records. Yeah, I can see that.
Oh,
I can see that. I can see it and I understand it, but Pac was also an actor first. He was an actor that kind of turned into rap. One of his greatest friends was Jada Pinkett Smith. Growing up, they grew up together. They were both into acting. Jada.
Thinking of that name, trying to picture her face right now. Oh my God.
Will Smith's wife.
Thank you. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they were best friends growing up. They both wanted to be actors, but Pac obviously went into his.
I love this
his
comments
direction.
coming in. I can't keep up with them.
For me,
this is awesome.
For me, it wasn't the gangster aspect of Tupac. It was his vulnerability, his willingness to say, to release songs like, talking about his mom and all that shit. That's what drew me into Tupac. He had this rough exterior where he would spit at a camera and, have Thug Life tattooed on his stomach and on all this, that, and the other. And then he would make a fucking song about, a girl trying to grow up and being pregnant at the same time. Keep your head up. Or, he would make a song about his mom, or it was all those aspects that drew me to Tupac, his vulnerable side, not his gangster side. Same with DMX. DMX had the testosterone and he had, just complete fucking anarchy of, fuck you, don't even talk to me. I'm a man, this, that, and the other, like just taking what's his. But at the same time, every album, he would do a prayer. He would show his vulnerable side, and he had songs that were dedicated to just him completely emptying his soul. It was, I mean, he would cry in concerts in front of thousands of people. He didn't give a shit what anybody thought. That he was the dichotomy of a man. He was, two sides. He would have one side where he would flip on a person, and then he would have the other side where he would actually sit down and he would cry with them, and he'd do a prayer with them. It's the dichotomy of a man. It's two sides. It's
Wow.
you can't be one thing. You have to have a vulnerability, and vulnerability, as I've always said, is the strongest thing that a man can do to me.
Which is exactly what Charlie showed at times. I've noticed
Uh-huh.
when he would sit there and have a conversation. I know he didn't like using the word debate, but challenge me. But every once in a while, you would see that strong emotion, that click, that emotion, and that's what you're describing right there. Is bingo, and that's why we, as a whole, we are the world. We are a conversation. Stop, just listen to one another. You'd be amazed.
You can't take something at face value.
I want to, and I wanted, because we'll get back into it. Daniel brought up something here that relates to the other side of the coin here. Meet us in the man cave. You guys, we're only going to be there Saturday. And I'm going to, as a whole, we're going to try to do a vlog style type of video where it's post. Selfishly, I'd like to get out that phone and do a live thing, but knowing me, I'm going to have that damn camera. I'm going to have this, and Chris is going to do everything he can to try to get people's attention with the microphone. Like, hey, can you? So it's just, Saturdays when we're going to be there, and it's going to be a post video, not a live stream. I'll try to. I can get one of our mutual friends to post something live on. Oh shit, Chris, what do we have? Is it Facebook? But keep in mind, What the Fuck You Drinking production. It's because it's an umbrella of what we're doing with Meets in the Man Cave. Originally, Sounds and Spirits, and eventually, Bourbon and is it Bourbon Bird? I always fuck it up. Bourbon Burnout. That
work in progress. Yeah.
So I figured just have an umbrella of what the fuck you drinking, because you guys are used to that,
Yes.
It's just fun. It's fun. It's bringing about the fun again. So I wanted to bring that back to answer Daniel's question, and now back to the. Sorry, Chris. Some more. Okay, that's New York. Oh yeah, New York or Oakland is obviously that's a west. Wait, yeah, it's definitely East Coast, West Coast thing. Shit. Thankfully, I know my geographics there. That goes back into the 90s, correct?
Back when the Raiders were the Raiders, man.
Doesn't the Oakland A's? They're moving to fucking they're Vegas, just like the Raiders are. They moved to Vegas. Okay, and I'm catch up here. Arts, I could have been an art major. Let's see. The most safest places are we have trying to save his mother from drug. Okay, you guys. Okay, you were talking about. I'm checking out the comments to what we obviously. I'm trying my best to keep up with what everybody's saying.
What's the dream of every young boy when they're fucking growing up by a single mother?
That's a good question, because I technically my gram. I think of my uncles and my. That's what. Ask that question.
All I could dream about was giving my mother everything that she deserved. Right?
I'll be back.
He left me, guys. Type it in there. Do I go for another beer or do I go whiskey? Oh, yeah, Daniel. There's gonna be tons, dude. I mean, obviously the big ones, Nick and Dick both will be there. Halloween 1 and 2. Madeline McGraw from Black Phone 1 and 2. Dude, there's so many now. Jennifer Carpenter from
talking to the microphone now.
Exorcism of Emily Rose. Several music artists. There's going to be wrestling people there. There's so many fucking people there. It's going to be great.
I leave the room from what you were talking about your mom, and I walk into Emily Rose. Sorry.
Well, I'm trying to fill the air here.
A horror movie. Okay.
I covered Nick, Dick, fucking Jennifer Carpenter.
That's what she said. Sorry. So I'm just.
Yeah, I was trying to.
We gotta have some more laughter in this. What are you?
I was asking him, should I do another beer or should I move on to bourbon, guys?
Oh,
some whiskey.
Chris has got to drive a lot tomorrow, guys. And I know I'm being a selfish. Okay, here's I guess what we kind of planned. Yes, Chris, go ahead and have a bourbon. I already said we got to go pick up Jake the Snake, and he's about a 2-hour drive from where we're at. And I'm not just saying this, but thank you guys for hanging out with us right now. It's to hell with the whole live shit. It's been going on for 3 hours and 1 minute, but you guys, I can't thank you enough. I really can't. Because you think about it. How often when you're watching a podcast or a live stream on YouTube, and if kudos to you, where it's 3 hours in, right? But right now, it's just we're hanging out. We're just hanging out and shooting the shit. So no offense to social media. Thank you for watching. But right now, it's just us guys hanging out. You know.
All right.
Danielle, the live. Yeah. So we're just hanging out here. To hell with what the hell.
I got a sick ass pour here.
I can't do liquor after beer.
Look at this thing.
Oh, see, that's I tried.
It's the Green River 250.
Question.
I did this honoring. Yeah.
Can I do it right? Let me see if I do this right. Hand raise. I go over to Chris. I haven't been over there in a few weeks, but every time I go over there, I'm always like, okay, don't say anything to him because I'm thinking of the podcast. Okay, remember
don't
that.
Say anything to him.
Remember that.
It's so entertaining when he comes over, guys, and he doesn't say anything to me. We just sit there and stare at each other.
It's because, yeah, that's it. Well, that and there's other people, but I do. I'll sit there and look at his bar, that bokeh behind him, right? And I'm thinking, okay, remember that during the podcast. Every time he brings one up to show us the podcast, I'm like, fuck, I don't remember seeing it. Okay.
That's because I go to like 6 different stores every fucking week.
So basically what you see, that bokeh to Michael's left shoulder there in the bokeh, that's not real. It's AI. It's AI bourbon.
Michael back there, though. I had to buy him a little of fucking spotlight so that his silhouette would show up.
I tell you what. Come on, guys. What do you think? Think about behind Chris' left shoulder right now in that bokeh. Isn't that what we're supposed to see in a Myers film? The shape in the background, that bokeh. That's like, what the fuck is that? What's he doing? It's perfect. And it's in a man's world. In a man's world. Come on now. Mike's supposed to be fucking standing by the bourbon right now.
Want to see one of my favorite new shirts?
If you heard of anything bad about me, believe all the shit and leave me the fuck alone. Hell yeah.
Oh, it's so good. And check this one out.
Oh no, don't show us your underwear. Oh. Guns don't kill people. Dads with you better fucking believe that. And if dad doesn't have enough time, his buddies are going to make sure that he gets the gun out to make sure he can't.
Oh man, I even bought a shirt that says it too.
Oh God, yeah, you bet your ass off. You guys know it too. Let's say your buddy has some daughters, right? And and let's say dad's got his back turned, and there's that young little prick staring at his daughters. You're like,
Prick.
uh-oh.
Little
I got Chris got his back turned. What the fuck you looking at? No. No. She's still a baby. Don't fucking go there. She's not allowed to talk to you until she's 45 or some shit like that. All right. You know what? It's been a while. I'm so
Jason,
sorry.
okay.
We got into overtime here. We got into overtime because he went back there. He said he wasn't going to do it. It's been a while. I'm itching because my dick is, itching.
It's
What the
it's
fuck you
stored
drinking?
in there, Jason. I won't forget.
All right. So Chris got himself some bourbon. He showed it off. Got the chats back on there.
What a treat.
It doesn't feel right when we don't share what the fuck we're drinking. I'm going with some Dayton, Ohio game and shit.
This is a cool ass bottle though. I like what they're doing.
Yeah. Chris and I have the opportunity. That's the one thing about Ohio, Southwestern Ohio. We take pride in our IPAs, our breweries around here. Anything from Warped Wings, that's out of Dayton, Ohio. Cincinnati has a lot of breweries down there, from Rhine Guys to 50 West. I can go on and on. Now, I'm not asking for everybody in here that's in the community, but do you have anything in your part of your neck of the woods of the United States and our country that you've driven by that maybe you're like, I gotta check this place. I don't give a shit if it's we got the best water in this country to this bourbon's gonna make, you got to try it type of bourbon.
Daniel, where are you located?
God, Daniel, he is. You got to love Daniel right now, guys. Everybody in the chat room. Daniel he's focused on Whorehound. Whorehound, and I'm trust me, Daniel, brother, I'm not making fun of you. Whorehound, and when it comes to our location, Sharonville, Ohio, I don't think it's sold out yet. But I know Whorehound goes to different locations. Dozer, you got to go potty. He doesn't understand piss. So, but yes, any of you guys out there that get into adult spirits,
I forgot Fede Alvarez was going to be there, dude.
It's hard to keep up. They said this is going to be one of their biggest years, and my God, Chris has got to see. This is going to be unusual. Chris is going to be the one that's talking more because he's going to have a microphone on him. I don't know who we're going to do the other. I'm going to be trying to keep up with the camera.
I think we'll be all right. We'll figure it out.
Oh, yeah. It'll work out good.
Lex Luger is going to be there?
I don't know. I haven't looked into a while.
Is that
honestly, I'm happy with Nick Castle and Dick Warlock. There's other great ones there, but D. Snyder, yes. Jake is still Jake, buddy. What time are we gonna go pick up Jake tomorrow?
That's a good question.
Jake lives about 2 hours north of us, so there's actually I seen on
oh damn. We had some cancellations.
D. Snyder actually
Jerry Lawler canceled.
His sister has a canceled. He did. He just can't.
I know. He just signed up, I thought.
No, I'm not gonna say. D. Snyder with Twisted Sister actually has a deluxe 50th fucking anniversary that's coming up. Oh, that's hard to think. Twisted Sister, 50 years already. I wanna ride. Sorry. That's what I get it. I respect copyrights, but god damn, it'd be so cool to play at least 15 seconds. I can't keep up with it. They either say it's 6 or 9 seconds, and it's like, what's the fucking point on YouTube? And the lawyers go after your ass more when it comes to copyrights, when it comes to music. Been doing some research on that.
Who are the Jasons?
The Jasons, as in Friday the 13th?
I don't know. It just says the Jasons, and they're appearing.
I don't. Jake, answer that question.
Performing Saturday evening.
I'll be back, guys. I know we talked about shutting up, but this shit's my dog is showing. I'm very thankful he's good at showing me when he's got to go. All right, come on, let's go potty. Come on.
Damn, it's gonna be a lot. Geezer Butler. Who knew that? Who the fuck are the Jasons, though? Huh, I have no idea. Yeah, PJ Souls too, man. We get to I've met her a couple times, but yeah, it's never boring. She got me through a lot of teenage nights. Oh, fuck. Kind of want to meet Sting. I used to love Sting, man. I do want to meet Jennifer Carpenter, though. I think she is fucking amazing. I used to think she was really hot. Totally. Absolutely. Absolutely. She always got my ghost.
I think he does it to get a treat.
Shawnee Smith also from the Saw and Tobin Bell as well.
Is that, in other words, you talk about people that have canceled?
No, they're going to be there.
Okay. Yeah, we have. I've noticed, of course, you guys can go on the internet. Yeah, we've got a lot of Saw representatives there. I want to say Scream. A couple. Let's see. Do they? Okay, Danielle. Good question. Do they sell? They did. Above my. It's so funny because it's still weird how it's. Thankfully, it's not actually doing it. I have a photo. I think it was 2021 at Sharonville. Yes, it was 2021 when I was there. It's stuff like as I'm looking at my vision of what we use here, and I'm standing next to Nick Castle, and I know they had beer because me and the guy who's wearing Michael's, we were drinking beer there. But chances
Daniel, yes, they do.
So yeah.
Sell beer.
See,
from what I recall, don't they?
Yeah. Your typical. Yeah, you would think they would have more. Shawnee Smith was in the Blob of 19. Okay, it's Jake. Jake, you got to be prepared. I know Jake has probably been doing at least 30 shots already, but you got to be prepared. We're not going to get you at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. See, okay, I'm just catching up here. You got to meet her. If I think you were talking about. Sorry, I'm just catching up with because I like to share everybody's comments here on the screen. BJ is a super. Are we talking about BJ Souls here?
BJ?
Yeah. I know Todd's wanting to meet BJ Souls. Shawnee Smith was okay.
She's always really cool.
Yeah, that's all I've ever heard.
She's real interactive, and she's come up and
totally.
Yeah, absolutely, totally.
I honestly, despite the fact that I have, it's Nick Castle, Dick Warlock, etc. With all these other wonderful people that have entertained us throughout the years. I'm really excited about the Mask Fest that's going on up there too. Because let's face it,
I don't know what to expect, but it sounds like a fucking good time.
I have always ventured out. I know. Okay. A little bit of put in some of this sombering music sampling right now.
You want me to do this?
Yeah, a little sombering, but a little bit of a it's small violin, but you know what? I almost get it, folks. I know this is hard to believe, but there are other masks out there that are eye-catching than the white latex mask from Captain Kirk to Michael Myers to Leatherface. I know. You're thinking, nah, bullshit, Scott. There's no way. There's no way
Hey,
they're doing this about
I
that.
have something exciting, but I can't show it. I can show you the box though.
Is this like some sex toy you ordered off to eBay?
How'd you know?
Oh. But all seriously, I'm really hoping to see some really cool mask makers up there. And I tell myself, I got a certain, there's always that, okay, you got a box hidden in a room that nobody knows that exists that you keep certain stash. Should I take it with? Oh, an unboxing.
It's
So this is what Chris is doing. This is at the very end. Once again, of the podcast where I have
no, I can't because
I can't.
It's not mine. It's not mine.
Oh, it's not yours.
I bought this for somebody.
Oh, this is utter bull.
I bought this for somebody. I think he will let us. I think he will let us record it, but I'm not. I'm sure he's not watching.
Can you retape it?
This is for Breck.
Who?
This is for Breck.
Oh, Breck, who's also. Oh, wow. Yeah,
He's
you
like
are
one of my oldest friends. I can't.
Oh my God.
Say, but it's gonna be great. I can't wait to see his face.
Jake. Sorry, Jake. Yeah, Jake. Yeah, you're gonna really enjoy Breck. Breck is. How can I put it? He's the guy that. Okay, if you have a group of friends, he's that one guy you always want there. Mm. He's really cool. He's laid back. He's. I want to say. I don't know. He's just that. That really peaceful guy that you love hanging out in your group. I guess the best way to put it.
With an infectious laugh. Like when he laughs, you just have to start laughing.
What? I think I know what's in that box. I don't want to say it because I don't want to ruin it in case he were to watch it, especially if I make a short video. See, that's why right now I'm like, oh God, if Chris does open it up, it would be a great short video right now. You know what I mean?
I can't though. I really can't. It's a gift.
Okay.
I can't.
So anyone who's here right now in post, there will be an additional adding to, okay, show that box again without unboxing it. I have a gut feeling I know what this is because I've learned a little bit about this man's, who's his favorite. And we got to do this right now because this isn't going to open the box. It's just going to do, he's been in the news here lately. There's a series and there's a movie or something. It's a little
yes. Exactly.
So, for you horror fanatics,
when we were growing up, I was always Michael. He loved Jason.
Oh,
growing up.
You said the J word. Is there going to be any rep?
I'm real excited because he's kind of gotten out of the whole horror thing. And he, for everybody watching, I'm not sure how many people are still watching, but Breck, I ended up getting him a ticket too, so he's going to Horror Hound with us.
This is gonna have to be added into some certain video. So this is cool. This is like a post.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. He hasn't been to, and he's never been to a convention. Neither has Matthew. Matthew's going too, but so are both girls. We gotta figure some shit out.
I want to go back to some old school days. I always. And everybody who's here right now, Jake, Chris, live video game. Okay, let's go back to the day. Let's put aside
Jason.
Ironically, my phone's on a charger right now. Let's go back to, let's say you're going to Blockbuster Video. And if you haven't been there, I'm going to paint a picture for you. You're a guy. You're a man's man, right? You know what you're after. Or look, whether it's a man or a woman, keep it to yourself. If you want to keep it private, I get it. Doesn't matter. But it's old school. Doesn't matter. You're going to Blockbuster Video. And there's that person that you're attracted to that just gets you. And you didn't need social media. That's what's cool about these sort of things that we're going to at the convention. You can actually meet people there that you're attracted to, not just because it's the opposite, but you have something in common.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what I'm trying to get at. There's something you have in common with those people. You can't get that on fucking social media.
Mm-mm.
Social media tells you that's what you're supposed to like. But when your own blood instincts tell you, that's even better. So, yeah. So when we bring some people into this that are not really into the horror stuff, or they were kind of into it, they're hanging out with everybody and they see all these cool people that are there, and they're seeing all the pleasantries and the great, you know, the positive attitudes. They're like, you know what? This is kind of cool. And if you're a young guy that's into, you know, let's say girls, there's a lot of hot girls that go to these conventions. I'm just saying.
It's always a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Always a good time. I just love being surrounded by people that are in the same mindset. I mean, from my experience, most people I meet through shared likeness of the horror community, I mean, they're always good-natured, like some of the best people I've ever met. They just are. I don't know why, but that community just, it never lets me down, really. I mean, there's a lot of drama that we deal with behind the scenes in a whole lot of scene aspects, but for the most part, if you meet people, they're usually genuine people in the horror community, and I love it. I always do.
And I just remembered, if you're there, if you happen to come to the Sharonville convention on Saturday, Horror Hound Weekend, you have to, if you see us, you have to do this. Yeah. And if you're like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Almost forgot.
Just do that.
Oh boy.
And if neither one of us gets it,
Yep.
yeah. You just do this.
Oh,
you
boy.
see us, go like that, and we'll laugh our ass off. It's an inside joke. So there you go. All right. Well, let's see, man. That's going to be an awesome meeting the horror. Yes, it is. I know it's getting super late for everybody. I know it's super late for Chris. We've got a very long day tomorrow.
It's midnight. It's good.
Yeah, it's very late. It's very early. It's very exciting. I'm glad that we came into this podcast with passion of what hurts us, what makes us. I don't need to go there. At least we ended it with exactly what Charlie would want, a positive note. I firmly believe that with my heart and soul.
Yeah.
So once again, I'm never going to get tired of thanking you guys for being here. Thank you.
And yeah, thanks to you guys. And man, my thoughts, prayers, hopes are with Charlie's family.
Charlie's family, everyone that lost a loved one who was a part of a horrible day 24 years ago. Or if you're like me, your dad celebrated or your mom celebrated a birthday, 9/11. You're always like, God damn it. I felt like an asshole. It was because you know what it's something, you know. Yeah. Don't feel
Yeah,
bad.
imagine having that hanging over your head.
My birthday's June 6th. For so many years, people were like, "Oh fuck, your birthday's on D-Day." A lot of us aren't old enough to get that. Hell, I'm not even old enough to get that. So
See, mine is March 14th.
yeah, it's fucking St. Patrick's weekend. Woohoo!
No, I'm 3.14. I'm a pi baby. I'm a mathematical equation.
I'm a fucking Irish drunk. To me, it's close to St. Patrick's Day. Folks, I don't like to be the one that ends it here. I want to say thank you so much. We're looking forward to obviously some sounds and spirits as well. You guys are going to keep Chris very busy, and I'm actually excited as hell. I feel sorry for him in a good way, because now it's like it's good to hear it from you guys, because it's going to make him more passionate about the ideas and subject matters when it comes to DMX, Eminem, when it comes to, you know, Tupac, because that's what I heard tonight. And of course, yes, I will indulge my why is it that Eddie Van Halen made me who I am today, and The Cure. The list goes on. Trust me, there's so much more than just these guys right here. That's just a piece, because I know you guys love so much more than just a piece of music. Yeah, we love our horse shit, but our dick gets hard over music. That being said, Chris, what do I need to do?
Oh, please fucking demolish that fucking button. Just go ahead and smash it.
Okay, that sounds good.